And I'll put the Hello, everyone. Welcome. Just making sure that we've got everything together here. Hello, welcome. All right, let me see what's going on this side. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Little technical. Oh, it's live. Okay. All right. Guys, if you are here with us, please do me a favor and post a comment just to let me know that you guys are seeing this. Trying to make sure that we have everything squared off here. I think we're here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, all right. I think let me go ahead and fix this. Private, public, and okay. All right, I think that we fixed it. Hello, everybody. Go ahead and put a comment in the chat just to let me know that you can see this. I'm just trying to see if you guys are able to find us here. Ooh. All right, I think we're here. I think we're live. Oh Lord. Oh boy. Just a minute. Let me go ahead and I will be right back. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, everybody. Oops. Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome. Okay, I see that you guys are commenting. I have like my phone open on this side. Let me turn down the music so we can hear what's going on. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome everybody. So, welcome, good evening everyone. Welcome to our first virtual job fair of the year. We are so thrilled to have you guys here with us today. I am Boss from Home, and I will be your host for this event. So the event, the whole entire goal here is to connect you guys who are the job seekers with job opportunities, providing you with valuable resources to help you with your job search, and also get you connected with experts who also will give you the tools, the knowledge and understanding of how to navigate today's job search. All right, so we have an exciting roundup of speakers and activities for you guys today. I'm so excited. Please, guys, let me know in the chat where you guys are from, where you're coming from. Represent where you're coming from. I would love to know. All right. Hi, everybody. Hey. Hello. Yes, I'm so excited to have you here. Okay, I see Florida, Las Vegas, Atlanta, DC, New Mexico, Florida, Tennessee, New York City, Killeen, Texas. All right. I have family over there. Phoenix, Arizona, Chicago. All right, you guys are coming through. I'm so excited. Yes, Connecticut. All right. North Carolina, Alabama, the Bay Area, Mississippi, Chicago, London, Houston, Texas. That's where I am too. Hey, Houstonian. Wisconsin. All right. So you guys are really like, I'm excited. You guys are showing up. We have a huge treat for you guys today. So before we dive into all of the different activities, I just want to give you a quick brief of basically an overview of what you can expect today and the whole idea behind this job fair. So basically, I came up with the idea mostly because I didn't see it here on YouTube, even though I know it's all over the internet. You know, we have virtual job fairs everywhere, but it's a space that I didn't see on YouTube. So I was excited to see like what this might look like if I had started a little something here. Also, there are so many professionals out there who are killing it, right, in their fields of work. They are professionals who have so much to offer, especially for those of you who are looking for jobs, looking for direction, clarity. All right. So there's so many different people out there who have different skill sets. And so basically, that's also the premise of this particular job fair. I want to invite collaboration, all right? Because so many times when you are in a field of business, whether you have your own business or whether you work or work at a 9 to 5, there's always going to be some level of me against you, my talent against your talent. What can I do better than you to outshine you? And if you outshine me, you're dulling my shine. All right. I don't want that. Not here. I know that there's so much to offer. And I know that there are other people out there that are doing things on a higher level than what I'm doing. All right. We have people here that are killing it. I look up to them today. And I'm not the only person that writes resumes or helps people with jobs. Other people are doing the same thing. And so I want to invite collaboration here. So that's the premise, collaboration, and also providing different jobs, because I've come into different jobs or remote jobs as I'm looking for jobs to put into videos, but I can't put all the jobs that I want to in a video because it might end up being a 2-hour video. So just for the sake of brevity, I pack in as much as I could value, but within these job fairs, we'll share a little bit more and familiarize you guys with more opportunities. So yeah, I talked enough, but basically, so the mission with these job fairs, we're going to be creating a supportive and informative environment where you guys as the job seekers can learn, network, and find job opportunities. We'll be conducting these virtual job fairs monthly as much as I could. And you will be seeing different panel of experts, speakers, maybe some faces that you know here on YouTube, maybe faces you don't know, but they have so much value to offer. And we'll be doing things like resume reviews quite often, information about job openings, and so much more. So, of course, as well with that, we'll be inviting games, fun, just to lighten the mood. I know a lot of you guys are in the thick of your job search, and it's very discouraging after a while of you looking and getting rejected. We want to invite the spirit of hope here so that you feel refreshed and you know that there are opportunities out there for you, but you're not loaded down. All right. So this is going to be a platform where you can come in, find the jobs that you want, get connected with experts, but also have a little fun. Breathe a little bit, and we also have free grab bags. All right. In this specific virtual job fair, we have one grab bag with many products in there. Stay tuned till the end of the job fair. That's when I will be making it public. I don't want you guys to just grab it and go. All right. So anyways, I hope that you guys find this event very valuable and that you leave with new insights and connections. Also, I know that we are a crowd that's grown and mexy, all right? So we want to keep it respectful in the comments. You guys are really good with that, but I just wanted to reiterate that in case we have any newcomers here. We want to keep things respectful, positive, and light. All right. So just to kick things off, we're going to start off with a little icebreaker game. All right. And this is where I'm going to change the music a little bit. All right. So here is a game that it's a similar game to what I shared in the past, but today we're going to do this game called Guess the Job by Emoji. So basically, we're going to have a few warm-up rounds, and then we're going to get to the thick of things with one particular question that I know might be a little bit more difficult. So that person is actually going to win a $50 Visa gift card, but we will get to that after we do a little warm-up. And you can use that gift card for Amazon Prime Day, maybe for professional development, maybe to pay off some bills or whatever, all right? This is going to be my gift to you. All right, so are you guys ready? Are you ready for this game? Let me go ahead and put my head there. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm looking down because you guys are on my phone as I'm on the computer. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. First one here. Let me just move that for a second. Okay. So guess this job based on the emoji, these two emojis. Put the two emojis together and you will find what the job is. I'm only giving you guys a few seconds. Ah, wow, you already guessed it. All right. Well, okay, I guess that was so easy. All right, good job, guys. Okay, now you guys are really, okay, very good, guys. It is a plumber. A plum bear, plumber. Yeah. I know that was a little corny. On to the next one. So guess this job based on these emojis and these two letters, putting them all together. Let's see if you understand this one. Oh my goodness. Like, this is so easy for you guys. All right. Okay, listen. Okay, I see that you guessed it this time, but we'll see what happens when we get to the difficult one. Okay, all right. It is an engineer. You guys are scholars. I love it. Okay. Are you ready for the next one? This one is easy too, but you can, yeah. All right. You know what? It's easy, but you have to, I'm not even going to tell you what to do. But take a look, all right? Do you guys see this? Just let me know. If you see it, just type, I see it. I'm giving you guys just a minute to type, I see it. No. It's okay. So we're not guessing the job here. We're just taking a look at what's on the screen. Take a look at what's on the screen because I'm about to shift it. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Which one was the artist? Let me know. Which one was the artist? You guys saw it. You said that you saw it. Which one? Okay. All right. Okay. Wow, you guys really, wow. Okay. Number one. Very good, guys. Good job. Very, very good. All right. So, you guys will get this one. This is easy. Guess the job. All right. This is the last easy one. I promise you, you won't get the one after this one. But guess this job by these two emojis. Okay. Okay. It is a firefighter. Surprise. Good job, guys. Very good. Okay. All right. You guys are smart. Let's see if you got this one here. Are you ready? Are you ready? So I need you to unscramble these letters and it will form the name or the role of someone in their career path. Listen, okay, all right, okay. So the first person that mentioned it was our friend here. What's his? Oh, where is it? Oh, wow, you guys are great. Okay, Mark Nelson. Mark Nelson, please go ahead and email me. I will put my information in the chat right now. You guys are awesome. Like, seriously, I thought I was fooling somebody, but I guess not. So go ahead and email me just so that I have your email so I can send you over your prize. Go, Mark. Woo! All right. Yeah. So, wow, that was great. That was fun. I hope that you guys are a little bit more warmed up to the event. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for the good sportsmanship. That was fun. All right, so I want to get started just talking about a few jobs that I found online for you guys. And I want to keep this brief because we have a few speakers that we want to get on the platform, and they have truly some amazing things to share with us today. So yes, Mark, please send me an email and I will go ahead and communicate with you via that. All right, so, okay, so I'm going to share my screen. How are you guys? How are you guys? Did you think that that game was like super corny? What did you think? All right. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one of you guys' favorites. One of your favorites. So, LabCorp, surprise, surprise, right? LabCorp. You guys love LabCorp. We actually just spoke about a job through LabCorp, actually a few jobs that were available through LabCorp. However, I found something else. So first I want to talk about them as a whole. They are an American healthcare company that's headquartered in Burlington, North Carolina, and they currently operate one of the largest clinical lab networks in the world, over 36 labs in the US. And I wanted to talk about them and another job in specific under the healthcare umbrella because you guys love healthcare jobs. I did look up exactly what fascinates you guys with these healthcare jobs, but I found that healthcare jobs pay a little bit higher than the norm, especially if you are working with a hospital or a government organization. And healthcare jobs offer you such a great sense of purpose because you're helping people, you are helping your community. All right, so with LabCorp here, we love LabCorp jobs. Actually, I first learned about LabCorp way back in the day when my mom actually worked with LabCorp. I believe she did some kind of data entry job because she brought me along with her one day and I saw her just sitting at a cubicle just typing. And when I looked at the computer screen, it just looked like a bunch of code. So I don't really know what she was doing. It might have been data entry. I don't know, but they have stuck around for so long and people are enjoying the jobs because they're constantly hiring. They pay very well. They offer so many different benefits as well. They're actually rated 3.5 out of 5 on Glassdoor. So I'm going to show you how you can find LabCorp jobs. It's a little tricky. It's not too tricky, but you guys will understand. So you will hit careers up here. You'll hit the careers tab. And then from there, you can go ahead and browse this information. This basically familiarizes yourself with LabCorp, their policies, what they're all about, their mission, and so forth. And as you get to the bottom, you're going to see the different categories that they offer different roles under. Like they have customer support here, lab operations, phlebotomy, information technology, and so forth. So if you want to just bypass that and get a complete list of all of the different jobs that they have, you can hit job search down below under the quick links. And then from there, you will see this long, extensive list of jobs. I mean, they have over 10 tabs of jobs here. But in order to cut through the large amount of jobs and see which ones are remote, because you guys are here, you want remote jobs, you will just go ahead and click remote yes. From there, it will filter through. It's giving me Houston because I'm in Houston right now. But you will see that they have a lot of state-specific jobs, but they also have fully remote jobs as well. So based on where you're located, you can find something here. But I want to pick out just a few jobs that I found when I was looking around. So here's one job that stands out a little bit. And this one is the account manager. This is going to be a great role for those of you who have a little sales background, a little understanding of how to sell, how to market, how to speak to different businesses. You are going to love this one. So this one here is for the account manager, client success role. And basically you are supporting their portfolio of employer accounts. You are going to be guiding the entire strategy for their book of business. And you are going to be upselling. You're going to be prioritizing different tasks, working alongside leadership, providing great written and verbal communication skills as well. So in order to qualify for this position, it's not where they're asking for a whole lot. They're only asking for 2 years of experience as an account manager within account management, or if you have client services background in employee benefits. And so this one does have a lot of travel involved. So it's definitely not for everyone, but if you enjoy getting up, moving around a little bit, you will most likely like this one. They do have travel peak times, typically from August to November. So just to give you guys an understanding of that. Bonus points if you have digital SaaS, SaaS space, experience or experience in client implementation. And this specific job is going to be open all the way through the 30th. All right. So what I love about LabCorp is that they give you the time period that you have to work with. So you have some time, but you definitely want to send in your information, your resume, your application in quicker than, you don't want to wait till the 30th. But this is the time that they more than likely will take down the listing. And they're paying you all the way up to $105,000 per year. So many different benefits included as well. So that's one of the jobs. But I also wanted to share another job that I found. And that is, so with LabCorp, when you go backwards, you tend to lose the remote jobs. So you have to constantly go back and hit remote jobs. But the other job that I wanted to share is this one, all right? And this is actually a position that I just shared the other day, but this one is open a little bit longer. It looks like they extended the window, so I definitely want to let you guys know that. They're paying up to $21 per hour. That's a little bit on the lower end when you compare this with other jobs that I normally share. However, it's an entry-level position. No experience is required at all. It's only a plus if you've got medical and or call center experience. You need a high school diploma or the equivalent being a GED. And they will offer you the training, the benefits as well. And the schedule here is from 9 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. All right. So yeah, it's an entry-level position. It's great to get started. If you're looking to maybe pivot into something new, you can definitely give this a try. It's also great for those of you who want to get started doing something. Maybe you're fresh out of college, high school, and you want to get started in your career in healthcare. Great opportunity for you. All right, the last healthcare opportunity I want to share before we call our special guest here is going to be through another one of our favorites, CVS. So CVS is a a great company to work for. I actually worked with them years ago, but it was not a remote job position. It was more so a in-person position. And so they're rated 3.1 out of 5 on Glassdoor.com, but you kind of, when you're on Glassdoor, you have to read through the reviews and just know that reviews can be up and down. So based on the person's experience and what they dealt with, that's the type of review that they're getting. I still think CVS is a great company to work for. However, it's not for everyone. So take the reviews with a grain of salt at times, but definitely do read into other people's experiences. Look at what matters to you most and get an idea, but don't base everything on that. All right. So, yeah, CVS is a huge company. They're always hiring, always have new positions open. They actually have over 23,000 remote jobs that are open right now. So I'm going to show you right now. So when you go to jobs.cvs.health.com, you will scroll all the way to the bottom and hit careers. From there, you will see this space right here where you can search by job title, category, or military code. This is where you will put in remote. And from there, you'll see this long list of different jobs that are open. Just go ahead and click remote yet again, just to weed out the hybrid options that might be here. But look at this. These are remote jobs right here. A lot of them only request 1 year of experience. We have here our remote customer care rep jobs, provider data services specialist. Yeah, so a lot of the time CVS has specific roles or location-specific roles. So if you live in a certain area, you might find your area. They also have fully remote roles like this one here, remote location, Atlanta, Georgia. So you can find something. Just keep looking around, keep browsing around. I wanted to look or spotlight one job in specific that showed something very interesting. So I wonder if I could find that right here. Okay, so benefits verification representative. I've shared this job before, but today I see something different. And their application process is just a little different. So they are allowing you to apply online. That's how I got my job when I first started with CVS. But now they are allowing you the chance to try out the job. Take your time while completing our virtual job tryout. So you get the chance to prove your skills, show them your qualifications. That's amazing. At least you get a chance to show them, I'm the one for the job. Pass your application, pass your resume. I feel like a lot of companies should do this just to give people a fair chance. A lot of people, they may have all this experience, but really absolutely don't know how to do their job, practically speaking. Or they just don't, they just suck at their job. Maybe they have a lot of years because it's something that they had to do and they kind of grew cold towards the role. Or you have people that are fresh out of high school, college, maybe they've got a year and they are eager. All right, so this is great. This is just an example of what you can find. But just for the sake of keeping things brief, I will allow you guys to go ahead and check this out on your own. There are so many job opportunities, many opportunities. All right, so I'm going to take that out. All right, so now I'm excited to share the special guests that we have here today. All right, we have some amazing women that are going to be sharing amazing tips, tricks, all the cool stuff that you guys are looking for right now. They have great expertise. So first we have Ashley Watkins Thomas. She is a nationally certified resume writer, and she's a member of the National Resume Writers Association. So I talked about her before in a previous video, but I just joined the group and I found her there. And the group is great because they have great expertise, years of knowledge, writing resumes, directing people career-wise. And so I look up to people like her who are invested in their craft. She's also a recruiter, a job search coach. Let me go ahead and just add her amazing picture right there. She's a recruiter, job search coach, and a resume strategist. She's going to be sharing her insights on job search strategies today. And later, we're going to hear from another person, Dee, aka the twins mom. So she is a YouTuber. You guys probably follow her as well. She shares work from home job opportunities. I love her spirit. She's so bright and bubbly. She's very passionate about what she does. I love it. I support fully. So she's a YouTuber, but not only is she a YouTuber, she's also a digital marketer. And she's going to be discussing how you can leverage digital platforms using online tools to build your own sustainable business. So we have here a recruiter who's helping you to professionally develop. And we also have someone who is helping you if you're interested in building your own business. All right. So we are so honored. I know I'm so honored to have them both here today. So without further ado, all right, we're going to bring up our guest, Ashley Thomas. Hello, Ashley.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. Look, the chat is so lit.
Yes,
It's so lit. Yeah, and the icebreaker was fun. I usually am like, I don't want to do this. Yeah, but it was fun. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, good to see all these people active in the chat. I love it.
I love it. And I'm so excited to have you here. So Ashley is going to be sharing, like I mentioned, how to stand out in today's job search. And afterwards, we're going to have a Q&A session where you guys can have the chance to ask any questions that you might have, pick the brains of this professional expert. All right. And also right after that, we're going to be doing our live resume review. So you guys sent in a bunch of resumes, but we can only choose 2. So I chose 2, and those 2 will be reviewed here. And of course, we omitted all the personal details just to keep you guys covered in that aspect. All right. So anyways, I talked enough. Over to you, Ashley.
Let's see. Put the slides on.
Oh, yes. Sorry. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So I know the focus mainly here is for people wanting remote jobs, but not all the time can you land that remote job right away. So you may find yourself in a hybrid situation or working on site for a period of time before you're actually transition over into a remote opportunity. That's what happened to me. I got my first opportunity working remote in 2012, and I didn't look back. So I've been working from home for that time, especially being a corporate recruiter, because I'm talking to so many candidates and filling positions all over the US. I'm not in a position where it requires me to be in a particular location. I did do it on site, but I pretty much stayed at work with my door closed on the phone. So I decided to transition everything to home. And I found out that actually works better for me. I am far more productive at home than I am at work in an office with all of the distractions, with people talking and moving around, because sometimes people see you and then they have a million questions just because they see your face.
Yeah.
So I do want to speak to the things that you can do for your resume in order to get those remote opportunities, hybrid or on-site, whatever your situation may be. So my client base is typically mid-career into senior level professionals who want to land more interviews and 6-figure salaries doing jobs that they enjoy. Okay. So that's a big thing for me, is finding opportunities that you actually enjoy doing, because just from my experience, I don't know that there's a such thing as your dream job, because it doesn't have to be the job of your dreams. Because the job of my dreams is really working with butterflies and, coloring books. That would be my dream job. But, recruiting and job search coaching and all of that, those are things that I enjoy. So I'm going to speak from that standpoint. I've been a job seeker too within the last couple of years, even though I'm in my business full time right now. So there are certain aspects that you can carry over. So this is something that everybody will actually, get some benefit from.
Awesome.
So I want to start with, like I said, I'm giving you 5 strategies. So I'm, trying to lump it all into one, and then I'll give you some examples, and then we'll do that quick resume review. So start with the end in mind whenever you are starting to write your resume, because some people, what they would do, this is with the average person, and then when I'm saying the average person, I'm talking about me too. Okay. So you see a position that you want to apply for, you know in your head that you can do the job because you're like, yep, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. And you go ahead and apply for it because you've updated your resume and you think you're prepared for it. But then you get that rejection letter and you're wondering why. And it is because you have not done your self inventory to figure out what are those things that you do well. What do you want to be known for? What value do you bring? What areas or competencies, what areas of expertise do you have? You haven't thought about it in a way that it has to be present on your document. So while you may know in your head what you have experience with and the value that you brought and the success that you've had at work, you have not articulated that in your document. So you want to do that self-inventory first so you can document everything that you've done that is similar to the types of roles that you want to do, because that's how you identify and research your job target. So before you even begin to write your resume, you don't write your resume and then go looking for jobs that match that resume. You find the opportunities that you want, and then you target your resume for that specific thing. So your job target is the type of job that you want. So say it's healthcare, say it's recruiting, say it's customer service. Those are your job targets. But then when you tailor your resume, you are making sure that you're including skills, competencies, education, and work scenarios that align with that job target, right? So tailoring and targeting are 2 different things. And I think just like we did the game earlier where you had those pieces, right? And so you knew how to play the game. There weren't a whole lot of instructions there, but you had to kind of use your deductive reasoning to figure out what those emojis with what they were and what jobs they aligned with, right? So that's the same thing with the job description. It has all of these pieces to the puzzle, and then you have to piece yourself together to match, to build that particular puzzle, right? Because the job description is the blueprint. The posting is the blueprint. So it is your job as the candidate to present that information in a way that somebody who is reviewing your information, it could be the recruiter or the hiring manager, can understand how the work that you've done aligns with what you want to do. So that is how you build that information and put it together to come up with your UVP, which is your unique value proposition. So that means, what do you do better than anybody else? What are you the go-to resource for? We are all good at something. It doesn't matter whether or not you're in an entry-level role or whether you're in a senior leader opportunity. You provide value, but you have to market that value in a way that it resonates with the person who is reviewing your document. All right, so then you want to quantify your achievements. So you want to talk about things in your resume that shows how you were successful in the skills that you've listed on your resume. So you've got this section on your resume where you're saying, okay, these are my areas of strength, this is my expertise, these are my skills, right? But then I'm reading the document and I don't see anywhere that you've backed that up to show me that you are successful. That is what your resume is for. It is your career marketing tool that is helping the person that reads your resume understand how you add value in those particular areas, and it has to align with the position. So you have to show how you saved money or made money. How do you improve or create processes that didn't exist before, and that somehow impacted your company's bottom line, right? How do you eliminate risk? So when you're thinking about those even remote opportunities, how are you able to add this value when your manager isn't there looking over your shoulder to check the work? How are you being productive? And so productive means that you are producing results from the work that you're doing, right? So you have to show, how are you building those relationships? How are you keeping those relationships going? Because you're not on site with the person. Some people think when you're out of sight, you're out of mind. So what is it that you're doing to keep yourself in front of the people that you need to be in front of? How are you being involved in projects? How are you influencing change across your organization or across your department or business unit, or whatever you want to call it in that particular situation? So you want to think about the things that you are able to do successfully, even though there's a disconnect between your physical location. Okay, so that is the only difference really in those remote opportunities. There is no other difference because you're doing the same type of work. It's just that your manager isn't there, to be able to check in and pop in and, into your office and physically see what you're doing. So your goal is to show that I can still get things done. I don't have to be on site. And so that was one of the things that I had to transition into doing when I left a physical office to start working remote. I had to show that my work product was not going to decrease, that I was still able to meet my goals, that I was still holding myself accountable for my work output. So none of that could be compromised just because I'm not there to have somebody looking over my shoulder, right? So that is what you're proving when you're starting those remote opportunities, because some jobs can be done from everywhere, but managers don't trust that because they think that, you may be out somewhere shopping, you're somewhere getting your nails and your toes done. Well, I'm going to tell you, I got my nails and toes, hair and everything done while, I was working remotely, but I took my laptop with me because remotely does not mean that you have to be at home. That's not what remote means. Remote means that you can work anywhere that is off site. That's what that means. So you have to show that regardless, that if you're sitting on the beach, you're sitting in a chair getting your nails done, that you are available to the people that you are hired to support. Okay, so just remember those things. So the qualifications that you have to have are basically the same. All right, so then you want to showcase your strategy and your vision. How are the efforts that you're putting forth every day? How are those things benefiting your team? How are they benefiting your business unit? Again, where are you saving the money? Where are you having the impact? Where is your ROI? What is the benefit of them having you on site? So when you think of, or having you not be on site, so you're working remotely and still getting things done. But a phrase that I want you guys to remember is, if I don't show up, meaning that if I don't do what's supposed to be done, if I don't show up, what blows up? Okay. So if I don't show up and do the things that I'm supposed to be doing, what goes wrong? Because some people say, well, I don't have a whole lot of accomplishments. I don't have a superpower. I don't, I just do my job. Well, you have to do some things. You think about it in the reverse. If I don't do the task that I'm doing every day, what goes wrong? Okay. What bill doesn't get paid? What process doesn't get completed? What project fails because I wasn't there to keep things in order, to check the progress, to make sure that we're reaching those milestones? So you do have accomplishments to list on your resume. You just have to be able to think about those in a creative way. And then if you are someone who is not in leadership yet, but maybe you're an individual contributor right now, but you want to transition into those leadership opportunities, you need to be able to show, if you were a project manager, and you don't even have to have that official title as a manager, you don't have to have direct reports or any of that to be considered a leader. Who do you mentor? Who do you coach? Whose performance are you responsible for? How do you move things along when there's bottlenecks and processes? How do you work with cross-functional teams? How do you work with people across different business units to accomplish a main goal? That is how you differentiate yourself as a leader when you have not had direct reports yet. Okay. So don't count yourself out when positions are saying, oh, you need to have at least 1 year of supervisory experience. There are transferable skills in the fact that you've had to direct a team, watch their performance or track their performance, track those milestones. And you've also been the go-to person to answer those questions and provide the support that they need to move things along. That is leadership. How have you inspired someone else that doesn't report to you to get things done? Why do they trust you as the authority in that situation? So think about those times and you list those experiences, and that can help elevate you from that individual contributor level into a leadership opportunity. All right, so I want you to remove these phrases from your resume. Now look, I'm guilty. I had these things in my resume too. If you could see the initial resume that I wrote, because I wasn't always good at writing resumes. When I go back and kind of look at my original resume, it was trash. Completely trash. Dumpster fire trash. Okay. But then as I learned the things from working with my hiring managers, what is it that hiring managers want to see, right? I'm able to then cut through the red tape, read the job posting, and then market myself as if I'm the product and I need them to purchase me, purchase the product, because that's what my salary is. You're purchasing my time. You're purchasing my expertise. What makes them want to not only purchase my expertise, but at top dollar? because that's the key. You want to try to make as much money as you make, as you can make for that particular position without you having to do anything extra. There are a lot of roles that you can do right now with the skills you already have. So even with those customer service jobs, depending on where you are, doing that same exact job in a different capacity, it could be the difference between you making $22 an hour and $40 an hour. So you literally can double your salary just by researching other opportunities. So a customer support person could easily transition into a client success role. Same thing, it's customer service. They just put a fancy title on it, gave you some accounts that you have to manage. Boom, you can double your salary. Okay, so stop counting yourself out just because you feel like you don't meet this traditional sense. I didn't get a degree to be a recruiter. That's not what I did. I thought I was going to be an HR manager. That's why I got my degree in HR. But because my manager didn't want to do the recruiting, the recruiting part of her job, she gave it to me. So I kind of fell into recruiting. Typically, people don't go to school to be recruiters, right? You kind of just happen upon those positions. So in those instances, think about ways that you can make impact with these skills that you already have because they need to be transferable, right? So I want you to remove these phrases. Responsible for. Responsible for does not mean that you did something, okay? It's just that you were responsible for it. That's all that says. When I see that on your resume, I'm like, okay, yeah, you were responsible for it, but did you do it, right? So if you have that on your resume, delete it and just start with what you were responsible for. Just start it there. So if you have responsible for managing blah, 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 just start it off with managing. Because you think about it, you were responsible for making your bed as a kid. You're responsible for paying your bills on time, but none of that means that you actually do it. So talk about the things from, I've done this. I'm not new to this. This is my lane. You can't tell me how to operate in my lane. I know my stuff. Say it with your chest, because confidence is everything in your job search. So as long as you have the confidence in your ability, you can sell that. But you have to have that confidence, because if you don't believe it, it's going to be hard for you to convince somebody who doesn't know you, who hasn't seen your actual work, right? It's hard to convince them that you've actually done it. So again, team player, gang members are team players. Okay. So that's not telling me anything.
That's true.
Yeah. What I want to see is that what did you do as a member of that team? So when in your interview, when people ask you questions about you, those behavioral based questions that say, tell me about a time that you worked with a team to solve a problem. You're not in here with this we business. We're not French. You're talking about I. There's no I in team when you are interviewing. Okay. That interview is all about you. That resume is all about you. You can say that you contributed to that team, but again, you're talking about what you did. Multitasker. Listen, I've multitasked a lot and been getting the thing done. I'm over here doing laundry. I'm washing dishes. I'm answering the phone. Before you know it, I'm scrolling on YouTube. Like, what am I doing? Right. So you multitasking isn't telling me anything. Tell me the things that you were able to do, multiple projects simultaneously producing these results, right? So that's where I want to hear it for. And then detail oriented, that doesn't mean anything. Scammers are detail oriented. Okay. No objective statements, get rid of it. If you're talking about what you're seeking, what you want, and all of that, the employers don't care about that. They want to know, what value do you bring? What problem can you solve for me? So flip it from an objective statement to a summary statement or an executive profile. Talk about the things that your skills, the results that they're able to produce. So again, saving money, making money, improving processes, building relationships. Proven track record, results driven. Those are okay to say, but if you're not backing it up with results and you're talking about all the tasks, this laundry list of tasks, you're not giving me what I need. All you're doing is just a bunch of fluff. You're just making it up, right? So that's what we're going to get into. The next one, cut the fluff. Cut it out. Don't give me empty promises. Don't tell me in the summary part of your resume that you do all these grandiose things and then you're not backing any of it up, right? So show me, tell me, prove it to me that you can add value. Soft skills. Yeah, you may want to have your soft skills kind of woven into your resume, but you don't want to rely so heavily on those things because soft skills are more personality-based things, like verbal and written communication skills. While they are important, I can tell that you have good written communication skills just by how your resume presents. I can tell how you communicate with others by how you've telling me the story throughout your resume of the things that you've done with those cross-functional teams, how you've supported your manager, how you've worked with your customers. I can see that, those things. So don't fill the spaces in the skills section with soft skills when I really want to know those hard competencies. So thinking about it, when you're Googling something, you want to use those keywords to help find the thing that you want. And so if you're looking for a black and white sweater, are you going to search for thread, or are you going to search for long sleeve, V-neck, or whatever, things that actually matter? Because of course it's going to have thread. That's the same thing. Communication skills, listening skills, time management, even though those postings may mention it, those are not words that as a recruiter I would be searching for to find you. I'm going to look for those hard skills of things that you do. Project management, budgeting, accounting. Those are actually hard skills, things that you would have to have experience with or knowledge of. Soft skills are okay, but you need to weave them into the other parts of your document. All right, Too many bullets on these old jobs. So your resume as a whole, 10 to 15 years of experience. That's about as far back as you need to go. Okay, this is generally speaking. Everybody's situation is going to be different, but you look at it from the older you go back, the further you go back, those older jobs are going to count less, right? I want to see that relevant, recent experience. So that is where your transferable skills come in. You're showing me how the work you've done already is preparing you for the thing that you want to do next. All right. So if you're having things in there like in order to, or including but not limited to, other duties as assigned, those things are just wasting space. Your resume needs to be about 1 to 2 pages, maybe even 3, depending on the type of position that you're applying to. So 1 to 3 pages, generally speaking. You only have so much real estate there. You're not going to waste it putting extra words in there. So write tight, clearly, and concisely. So chop out all those extra words and get to the point. Let's see here. This is the bonus one. Don't forget to network. If you are applying online, because I see people all the time, especially on LinkedIn, they are posting things like, I've applied for 200 jobs. I've been out of work for a year, and my heart breaks for them because at some point, like, did you think something was going wrong at month 3 when you weren't getting any traction, right? Because the job of your resume is to get you an interview. So at whatever point you're having the roadblock, that's where you need to go back and visit. So if you're applying for jobs and you're not getting interviews, that means you need to visit the resume. If you are getting interviews, but you're not getting offers, then you need to look at what you're doing in the interview. So you can't keep on doing the same thing and expecting different results because it's not working. You need to either learn how to target and tailor your resume effectively, or you can get someone who is a recruiter, who is a hiring manager, who does the job that you do, that you want to do, who does what you do or does what you want to do, right? Let that person review your resume and tell you whether or not you're missing key components, because sometimes we can't see beyond our own mess, So it's easy for us to tell people what we do, but to write about what we do is something completely different. Because you're like, did I put too much? Do I need to take this away? Does this even matter? So have somebody look at it. But your resume needs to actually get in the hands of the person that is hiring or who is involved in that hiring decision. That may be the recruiter, the hiring manager, or someone in senior leadership who may be on that interview panel or something along those lines. So that's where networking is really important. Now, networking is cringy for me. Okay. So I'm trying to be honest. Even as a recruiter, networking is not really my favorite thing to do. That's because I was thinking of networking as this task, this intimidating thing. Networking is building relationships. You're networking right now. I see y'all adding and commenting back to each other in the comment section. You don't know these people, but you're talking to them. They're congratulating you. They're giving you information. That is networking. So 85% of open jobs, open positions that you see online, they are filled through networking. That's because somebody knew somebody who helped that somebody know you. Okay. So it's all about who you know. Don't get mad because somebody else got a job because they knew somebody. You need to know somebody too. So that's why you need to be out here networking and meeting people and letting them know what you want to do. If you are out of work and you have not posted to your network to let them know that you are out of work, there's nothing to be ashamed in job searching. What you should be ashamed of is not doing things to help yourself. Right? There's no shame in you being out of work. There's no shame in being laid off. There's no shame in being fired. You can reinvent yourself with every new opportunity that you get. You have an opportunity to start over. But you need to let people know the types of jobs that you want, the types of things that you will do in that job, and the job titles that you're targeting. Give them those examples. Share your resume with them, because when people have a better understanding of what you want to do, they're more easily able to help you. And then they're not filling up your inbox with jobs that you don't even want to do. Because if you tell people, I just need a job, that's not going to work. So anyway, moving along, make sure that you're doing a lot to network. So let's see, if you have questions, put them in the chat. Yes. And I'll come back and answer them.
Thank you so much. You gave so much meat, and I truly believe like we all need to sit down and process. Okay. There was someone who mentioned like, oh my gosh, I need like a whole counseling session. Yes. And it's true. There's so much that we don't know until we come into contact with an expert like you who knows the ins and outs to help in those blind spots that we might have. We might not know that, our work experience, like you mentioned, it's bland. It's not telling anything. It's not showing achievements.
Yeah, so we're listening to all of these influencers. So people who have really no dog in the fight, right? They're just trying to get views. It's vanity. They want to appear like they are the authority, but they're giving bad information. Like your resume needs to be one page. If you've got 10 years of experience, it is hard to get that into one page. So if you look at that one page resume, but there's still so much stuff that you left off, and that could be stuff to help support your case, of being qualified for that role included. The average resume that I write, and I've been writing resumes for over 10 years at this point, is 2 pages. My entry-level folks still have 2-page resumes. I may have executives, project managers, and people who have a lot of publications. If they work in academia, they may have a 3-page resume, but 1 to 3 pages is going to be your average, with 2 being the main thing that I see. So I want to do the resume reviews really quickly. I want to point out just the main points of things that I see that these individuals could do differently. And then I'm going to show you some samples of the types of resumes that I write. So this is person, we're just going to call them the financial clearance rep. So one of the things that I want you guys to steer away from is 2-column resumes. Yeah, 2-column resumes are hard for recruiters and hiring managers to decipher, because your eyes kind of don't know where to go. As humans, we read across the page from left to right, all the way across. That's how you read your book. But imagine reading a book and it was in 2 columns all the way through. Like, that's hard. That's hard. It's hard on your eyes. You can't follow. Your eyes need to flow throughout the document so you can see those important details of your resume. Another thing that I noticed with this job, so their contact information is there, which is great, but there's no location. So I don't know where this person is necessarily located. And it does matter regardless if you're applying to remote opportunities, because sometimes those positions do have a location requirement. And the applicant tracking system may be set up. That's the system where when you hit that apply now, and it's the database that houses your resume, right? And it puts it in front of the recruiter. So, and stop believing that ATS is rejecting you. It's not the ATS. A human has to set the parameters for that system to do what it needs to do. You have to tell it what to do. It doesn't have a mind of its own. Okay. Your resume is being reviewed by a human, because the ATS could say, no, this person isn't qualified, because it's ranking you based on the match to the job posting. Okay. So if you don't have keywords, which a skill section on your resume would help this individual capture more of those keywords. So there's no keywords here. There's also no success here. So when they apply in a system, they run the risk of the ATS not parsing their information correctly. When you apply and then you got to fill all that stuff out over again, or it parses, it puts it there, but it's all out of order and all jumbled up. 2-column resumes. We see that a lot with that. Now, a lot of systems, your resume looks the same way that it looks to you. It looks like that to me. Same thing. I've worked in systems like that. But when you don't list the information that matches the job, like with the skills section, that's helping you get those keywords. It's helping you rank higher. You also don't have achievements here. It's just summaries of what maybe what you did, but there's no success. Where were you successful? Where are your bullets? You see all this white space on this other page. That could be information that you are using, space that you could be using to expand your resume and put the qualifications there. If you have experience and you're using this 2-column resume, you are chopping off the amount of space that you have to display all of the great qualifications, all of the great achievements that you have. Okay. So that is what I would say about this resume. Yep. You may have all the experience in the world. Your background definitely looks extensive. Show your results. Show it.
Yes, that's what I see here. When I look at it, I don't see any figures. I just
Yep. No
see
numbers, no metrics.
yeah, what they did. So it's not showing how well you did it, how you helped the company, like you mentioned, quantifying the metrics, showing figures about how maybe you saved the company, how many people you led, how many people you helped, customer satisfaction, and so forth. So, and also, like you mentioned, bullet points would really help to make it more readable.
Yes.
Like you mentioned, the 2 columns really distracts, like the setup, the structure distracts from reading the meat of what it's, what someone is actually supposed to be looking at.
Right. And you have to package yourself at that job that you're going for. So you got to look the part already. You have to sound the part already. And when I see a 2-column resume, this person says they have 20 years of experience, 20 plus. This looks very entry level. It's an entry level layout. As someone who has 20 years of experience, you've been through some stuff. You've seen some things blow up and you've had to go in there and fix it. That's why you've been in your industry for so long. Tell it. Tell it. Stop being modest. You cannot expect for anything else to speak for you. You have to speak for yourself. You are responsible for how you are perceived by the person reading your resume.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, next one real quick. So this is one that the structure of it, this is page 1, page 2, page 3. Okay, just to make sure I put it all, I put it all there. So I see that there is a full address. Stop putting your full address on your resumes. That is opening you up to your information is going. You don't know who's looking at that information. Now they know where you live. They only need your city, state, and zip. That's it. And may not even need the zip. But your city and state at the bare minimum. So I do like that they included their LinkedIn profile. That is awesome because when I receive those resumes, whether you put that link on there or not, I'm going straight to LinkedIn because LinkedIn tells more information, or it should, and then I'm looking in your activity section of your LinkedIn profile to see how active you are, because that lets me know how likely I am to get a response from you. Should I reach out to you? I want to see what kind of information are you sharing? Are you a thought leader? So when you say that you share information, you translate it into digestible parts so that people can get, when you say all those things, I'm so technical, I'm the IT expert, whatever, but I don't see you sharing any IT information. It's like, well, who's telling the truth? Is it your resume that's true? I'm looking for inconsistencies, and everything. So kudos for putting your LinkedIn profile on there. Now, this person did list, but still, y'all lead with these years of experience. Everybody has worked with somebody who has been there forever, and they don't do jack. Okay?
Yes.
Your years of experience, right? Your years of experience don't matter. It's what did you achieve in that amount of time, right? So don't focus on the years of experience because you're exposing yourself to ageism. Ageism, 40 plus, that's a protected age group. But ageism starts at around 35 to 37, right? Where people start judging you and thinking that you're old. When I was 20, I was 22 when I started recruiting. If I saw somebody who was 40, they were old as dirt to me. That's just, I'm just being honest. But now that I'm in my 40s, I'm not old.
She doesn't look like it already. She look good. Okay.
What you mean? Don't call me auntie.
And it's still young.
You know what I mean? So yes, you have to think about the person on the other side. That matters. What message are you sending? This person has a Hotmail email address. Come on into 2024 with me. Okay.
I'm guilty. I have AOL, so I'm gonna.
Oh my
God. As well as Gmail.
Come on now. Yes. Gmail is the gold standard. Okay. Yeah. If you have an email address that aligns, it could be Outlook, it can be iCloud for the life of your career. Stay away. I would even say stay away from Yahoo. They have the worst spam filters. People are sending you information. They are sending you stuff, but Yahoo is not letting your information come through. Hotmail is not letting it come through. It's filtering it out. You're in spam. or whatever, and your messages are in la la land. So when you say, I haven't heard anything back, I haven't heard anything back. Yeah, you did. I sent you an assessment. I asked you questions and you never responded to me. Then you don't answer your phone to numbers you don't know. So how am I going to get in contact with you? So that's one thing. So really, I know that this person is a mature individual because they have 26 years of experience and then they have a Hotmail, right? So, I already know. Then we're looking at the information and they have, now if you have these jobs that are older, it may not be a way, especially if you've been at your company for a long time, it may not be a way for you to chop that information off. But if your relevant experience is more valuable than that older experience, let it go. Let it go. If it's 10 years ago or more, let it go. It's fine. Let it go. You can put it on your LinkedIn, or take the years off and list it otherwise and say earlier career. And I think I have an example of that on mine, on my stuff. But yeah, so again, there's bullets. Bullets are only for your achievements. Okay. So when you don't have a description of what you do, in a few lines of every job that you have on your resume, talk about what you were hired to do. Talk about the challenges that you were hired to solve, right? Then your bullets are you showing your success doing those things. So everything up here that you've listed that you have experience with, then you want to show that your bullets are giving you, points of value. Okay. So you want to make sure of that. So I would say, yeah, focus on your scope because all these are task related. This looks like you probably just copied and pasted from your job description and plopped it there. So be more creative. Explain your job on your resume the same way that you would explain to somebody who you were teaching about what your job does. Okay. Assume the person on the other end has no idea what you do because 9 times out of 10 we don't. We're recruiters. Okay. We work in HR. We don't do IT. So you have to put it in a language that we understand, that language that matches the job posting, because that's what we have prepared for. So when you say, well, I have this experience, y'all should know. No, we don't. We don't know. We have a job description. That is the blueprint. Be careful with how you start your bullets because I see a lot of provide. We want providers. We love a good provider, but we need for you to use another word. So you can provide something, you can deliver something, you can direct something, you can lead something. Think about those power or those action verbs that explain what it is that you've achieved. Okay. So bullets, kind of keep on to maybe 5 or 6 a job. The further you go back, you should have fewer bullets, regardless of how long you were there. Because you see, there's probably like 15 bullets at this last job. That's old. That's an older job. There's too much space. You spend too much time talking about something that happened that long ago. Okay. Everything else, I'm pretty, okay with it. I don't see any, major issues. Of course, I can chop and screw anything because I do this. But those are the fundamental things that I see that are an issue with this job. With this resume. Mm-hmm. So here are some resume samples. These are some resumes that I have written. So if you look structurally, to the resume, somebody had asked in the comments whether or not you can use color. Absolutely, but know your audience. So before you start doing all this design and stuff like that, know what is acceptable in the industry that you're transitioning into. Sometimes IT likes you to be black and white. They want you to keep it as simple, as possible, so you don't need all the bells and whistles. But this person was in fundraising. It's okay for that particular industry. Blue, as long as I keep it with the jewel tones, I'm good. I do blue resumes, green resumes. I've done even purple resumes. But you got to understand what your audience finds acceptable. So you can see there is a title to the resume. There's a branding statement, meaning it's a value statement. That unique value proposition is there. We've got a keyword section. We have descriptions of what the jobs do, just 1 or 2 lines, just a couple lines, couple sentences explaining the role. And then the bullets are the achievements. Okay. You see, we don't have any dates for the education. It's my email address. It's a domain. So if you have a personal domain, use it. Use it for sure, because that's bonus points. That shows your professionalism. Mm-hmm. Domains, you can get them sometimes for $10. Go there. Get you a domain, and then email. Mm-hmm, yeah. And then I've incorporated some quotes. I just pulled these from this person's LinkedIn profile. Yeah. Those quotes back up what they're saying they're good at. You've got somebody who is actually saying, yes, they are good at these things. Okay. So you can add those elements. Now, when this person applies online, that box is going to probably be deleted by the ATS. All right. So you don't want to put any information in a box that you want people to actually be able to see. That content should be somewhere else in your document, just in case whatever graphic or box you've used gets deleted. All right, so here's the next one. So this is one where somebody was a VP of field operations. So we've got a summary. We broke it up because sometimes you don't want to be big walls of text, right? You want to make it easily digestible. So we use that to kind of break it up, but we also called out some things that they were good at. We call those things out. So, we think about the budget, think about what they were really, really successful at throughout their career, and bring those things to the top. And then we've got, again, we've got a couple sentences here explaining what they did. And then we've got bullet points that are talking about the results that they achieved. But again, I stick to that same foundation for almost every resume, but no two clients' resumes look exactly the same. Everybody gets their own unique layout, their own unique language, and everything. Even if I have two people that have done the same job throughout their career, their resumes will not be the same, because you are you and they are them. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if you're not doing these things, your competition is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so there's that. So I want to take questions, but I also want to leave you with this, and because I'm going to stop talking and give room for other people to to come and have their show time, because I'm excited about that too. The job market is saturated. So when you apply for things and you're not getting calls back, it is not because you're not qualified, that you're not valuable. So don't think that just because you get a rejection letter, that's automatically saying, well, they're saying I'm not qualified, and I am. I check every box. You and everybody else too. Mm-hmm. Your competition has your experience, right? You're not the only one who is qualified. And a lot of times, especially remote roles, you can get hundreds of resumes, okay? Hundreds of people applying for those positions. I posted a remote role on a Friday, got back to work on Monday. I had 700 resumes. So the job only stayed posted for 2 days, 2 business days, okay? And I had that many. But guess how many were qualified enough for me to even screen them? 22 people.
Wow. Not even.
You're not reading these job postings. You're not reading to make sure that your resume is matching what we're asking for in the job posting. Your resume isn't aligning. So in your head, you are knowing that you do stuff. Stop assuming that people are smart enough to read between the lines, that they have time to read between the lines. Don't personalize that rejection. Don't personalize it, because I've had to reject some awesome candidates, but you're in that company's database, and we do search the ATS looking for people who've applied already. We look there first when the job is posted, even before the job is posted. We're looking in our own internal database, and then we're going to LinkedIn, then we're doing job postings, and stuff like that. But don't let that wreck your confidence. Don't let it wreck your confidence. If you're qualified, apply, but your resume has to show it. If it's not on your resume, it does not exist.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's it. I'll take questions if we have time for that.
Oh, yes, we do. So we have plenty of questions. Let me just go ahead and scroll up. You guys are really coming through in this chat. So shout out to you guys for being here, first of all. And I truly love everything that you mentioned. It's so like because this is a different era, we need to be strategic. Like you mentioned, a lot of people don't even know what they don't know. And so they're just putting things together and not realizing why they're not getting called back. It has everything to do with the resume. And also to do with, how many resumes actually get sent in, because if you get a flood of resumes, you're just shutting that thing down.
Yeah, because when you see it on LinkedIn, it's telling you that 100+ people applied and the position was just posted that morning, right? That is not applications. That is people who have clicked apply. It doesn't mean that they even went through with the application process. And then on top of that, it doesn't mean that 100+ qualified people applied for that position, because people are out here applying for anything and everything. So again, career seekers, give yourself a fighting chance. I have made all of these mistakes that I'm telling you guys about. Okay. I'm not exempt from it. I have bombed interviews. Even as a recruiter, I have gone in there thinking, because I'm a master of interviewing, I interview people every day, that I don't have to practice. I have made a complete fool out of myself. But that is what made me now, and I can't. And then the thing is, too, let me say this: recruiters can't give you the feedback that you want. I know y'all say y'all want feedback. Now, I do agree that they shouldn't be ghosting you. If they've interviewed you, they owe you something. They owe you an update. They need to respond. I responded to everybody. It drove me crazy sometimes because I stayed up. I got, sometimes I had hundreds of emails, tons of messages on LinkedIn, but I felt like everybody deserved a response from me, whether I had the answer or not. People don't like to be rejected and ignored. I don't like feeling like that. It wrecks my confidence when people are not responding to me. But just know that recruiters are dealing with the same thing now, and the recruiters don't make all the decisions. So when because I liked a ton of people, and I was telling my manager, these people are there to qualify. Why? And the manager's like, nope, they don't have this. I don't want to talk to them. And there's nothing. The recruiter has decision-making power to a point, but we don't make decisions about who gets hired. We don't make salary decisions. We don't make any of that. We impact those decisions. We can suggest, we can recommend, but we are not the end all be all as recruiters. We're not. The hiring manager makes those decisions, and they have limited authority in the process as well. So be graceful, or give yourself grace too, but also give grace to anybody that you're interacting in that process. Okay. It's a madhouse out here. Yeah. This job market is bonkers. I've never seen anything like it. And I've been recruiting since the early 2000s. Okay. 20 plus years I've been recruiting. So yeah. Anyway, questions.
Yeah, so there's so many questions. I'll start at the top. Okay, so advice for career changers. 15 years of experience, would like to transition to a new career. Should they go back to school? Transferable skills. I'm not quite sure what all they meant by or transferable skills. Oh,
I get it. Yeah. I get it. So y'all stop going to get these degrees just because you want to change jobs. That should be your last resort. Okay. You have what you need right now, 9 times out of 10. Your skills can be transferable. You will know whether or not your skills are transferable by reading the job posting and by having conversations with people who do what you want to do. It could be people all over the world. There are millions of people at your fingertips who do the types of things that you want to do. Maybe they've done it before or whatever. Those are the individuals that you need to be talking to ask, I think the first people that y'all think to reach out to, because I was like that too, the recruiter and the hiring manager. They're not the only two people who have influence in a job search. It could be people that you could potentially be working with, whether cross-functionally or in that same department. Reach out to them, ask them what they do. So that way you can know where your deficiencies are. You may want to take training. There are free courses that you can take on LinkedIn. Allison.com has a lot of training courses that you can take. So if you want to branch into something, read job postings, right? And then find out where your deficit is, get you some training in that deficit. I prefer free and low cost, right? So I'm gonna get the free stuff first, just because you're test driving this, right? You don't want to go get a degree. There are plenty of people with degrees they don't use.
That's true.
Right? And you're going in debt for something that at the end of the day, if you can show me that value, I'm so intrigued by the value that you offer and the things that you've accomplished. I don't even realize you don't have that degree. I don't realize it. But you're going into these situations already counting yourself out. Women do this especially, but more so women of color. We have a habit of, men jump on out there. They could have 2 qualifications that they match. They're gonna shoot their shot every time. Every time. But women, we will sit back and we will be like, well, I don't have this one thing, so I'm not gonna apply. They're not gonna talk to me, so I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna waste my time. But your competition is taking that chance. So I say if you have at least about 75 to 80% of what that job is asking for, and it's not those critical things like healthcare, IT, or whatever, you may not be able to get around it. You may have to get that degree. You may have to get that certification. But for most jobs, especially remote roles, you don't need any type of degree. They'll take any degree. You have a degree in art. If you can show me value relevant to the job, that's all I care about. That's it. That's all I care about. You could not have a degree at all. But if you've been to school, say some college and keep it moving.
Mhm.
You've got to, give yourself a fighting chance. Don't, we are the biggest rejectors of ourselves. We will
That's
reject ourselves before the recruiter even has an opportunity to reject us. So,
mm,
so don't do that. So yeah, figure out what your deficit is, go get you some training in that, have conversations with people who do what you want to do to find out where you can close that gap.
yes, absolutely. So I'm paraphrasing because I just lost the question, but the person wants to know, how do you explain a gap on their resume because they took time as a mother
Say that.
to care for their twins?
Say that.
Um, yeah. So
Yep.
how do you put that into your resume or express that even when you receive that call or during the interview phase? How do
Right.
you express that to them?
Right. And so at one point we used to try to create this fancy position. We are a home engineer and we're
Home
doing,
engineer.
nah, call it what it is. Put the dates, put the time frame, just to say what you were, what you were able to, to do during that time. Just say took a break to, to care for family, and that's it.
Mhm.
And then I think, yeah, it paused on my screen, but I think you guys can still hear me. Let me know. But yes, I feel, just call it what it is. If you are a stay-at-home parent during that time, just give the time frame, because really we just want to know, account for this time that's missing on your document. What
Mhm.
you did during that time is kind of less important. But if you did things like training, volunteering, consulting work, if you were, studying to get your degree, just say that. Just say what it is and then quickly move on to the value that you offer. Don't spend a lot of time explaining, because the more information that you give, and I didn't ask for all those details, I'm going to think you're lying. You're giving me a reason because you're not confident in it. And so you're trying to justify it. There's nothing for you to have to justify. You are lucky to be able to stay at home with your kids. There are people who would love to have the opportunity to do that. So just say it and move on.
Mhm.
Yeah, great question.
Yeah, that absolutely. I think I found a few of those there. Another question. Okay, so the person wanted to know if they should be adding all these percentages because they feel like they might be finessing, I guess. So
Mhm.
how would you assess a percentage? How do you quantify those achievements if you don't know your impact?
So quantifying isn't just about numbers. Quantifying is about success. So you don't tell your spouse or your mate, I love you 53% today. Right? You don't say that. It doesn't make sense. So if the numbers don't make sense and you don't have them and you don't want to embellish or lie, just talk about the success. I would rather you say that you saved money without a specific amount versus you just talking about a task, right?
Mhm.
So put the numbers where you can, but there is success in outcomes, because when you build relationships, you can't say that I built this relationship 71% better than my team
Mhm.
member. It doesn't make sense. But telling me that you were able to bring, re-engage a client that you had lost before, that is a success.
Yes. Oh, very good.
Yeah, I've lost the screen here. I can still hear you, so I'm going to keep
You know what?
going.
Maybe if I remove you and then add you back, would that work? Okay. Okay, we're still working out that particular glitch. But while we're waiting on Ashley to come back, how exciting was all that information? You guys, I'm sure you guys learned so much just by sitting and hearing all that she had to offer, all of the value. We hear about things like tailoring our resume and X, Y, and Z, and it tends to sound a little confusing after a while. You don't really know exactly how. Oh, there we go. Got you
Yeah.
back.
We're
Yeah, we
back.
don't exactly know how to implement these actual the things that we know we should be
Mhm.
doing. So we're so grateful that you broke it down in such a way
Yes.
for us. If you have time, I want to.
Yeah,
Um,
I have time. I'm all yours for the next however long. I did
okay, all
want to
right.
give people my contact information if they
Yes, yes.
continue, because if y'all have questions, just reach out. Reach out and ask me the questions later if you have them. I can be found on LinkedIn. That's where I want you connecting with me, because if you are searching for jobs, you need to be on LinkedIn. Point blank. Forget what you heard. You need to be on LinkedIn. So I am on LinkedIn at Ashley J. Watkins. You can find me at Ashley Watkins Thomas. I look the same on my picture. It's up to date, thankfully, because it was about 5, 6 years old. but I'm going to drop that link in the comments so you
Oh,
guys
great.
can
Okay.
get it.
Yeah, I think that's better, the link.
Yeah, connect with me. Let me know where you found me, right? And just say, yeah, you were on YouTube. That's where I met you. And then
Yes,
that way they can refresh my memory because I'm seeing the names, but I want to make sure you guys. So there's
yes.
my LinkedIn. Connect with me on LinkedIn. My website is rightstepresumes.com. And that is where you can find information. I have digital products there. Some are free. You can, get on my email list, however you want to do it. We're not in competition. We all work together here. So if there are things, because I do interview coaching and other things within your job search as well, even salary negotiation stuff. So if there's something that you're needing some support with and you just have questions, reach out. I may have a resource that I can share with you. I love sharing information. You really could binge on my LinkedIn content.
Right.
Easily and get a lot of information that I mean, I have master classes free, master
Oh,
classes.
yes. Let me take some classes. I am
Yes.
excited, right?
Yes. So I have a free master class for interviewing coming up on August the 1st. So
Oh,
all of that information, follow me,
yes,
connect
yes.
with me. That's where you get the information. I'm not putting that link in there because I want action. I want you guys connecting with me. Okay. So connect with me. Let's talk about it. Whatever you're struggling with, let's talk about it.
Yes, absolutely. Guys, please follow her and reach out to her. She is amazing. She's been
Thank
doing
you.
this for over 10 years, okay? So if
Mhm.
there's anything that you want to know, definitely reach out to her and see
Yeah.
about her services.
Right. I started my business because I needed a me. When I was trying to job search, when I didn't, I couldn't find my way. I didn't always have it together. And so I always share those stories because people need to see other people screw up too. It's not just you. And that's where you start getting depressed. I've been depressed. I've been laid off. I've been afraid that I was going to get fired before. I've done all those things. I've been in toxic work environments. So it happens to the best of us. You are not unique in that. So it doesn't mean that you're somehow cursed or whatever, and there's something wrong with you. Don't ever think that. But I think I had touched on the feedback and stuff. A lot of times recruiters are not giving you feedback because we can't legally give you feedback. We can't tell you certain things. Like we can't tell you that you smell like cigarette smoke when you came into the interview. We cannot tell you that stuff, because that could get us in a lot of legal trouble for telling you those things. We can't tell you that you weren't dressed appropriately. I can't tell you that the manager didn't like your hair. I can't tell you those kind of things. And a lot of times I'm just as mad that you didn't get the job as you are. I'm just as mad. I have gone almost to blows with hiring managers about candidates that they did dirty. So just understand, give yourself grace, but be careful how you handle other people too, because you want to give that same grace to other people that you're interacting with that you want if they're in your situation. Because some of us are working, some of us are not. Neither one of us is better than the other because nothing is promised long term. Nothing is. But you have to be your biggest advocate.
Absolutely.
Okay? You have to be your biggest advocate. So I'm looking forward to doing this again, connecting with you guys. So thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Do you have room for one more question?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep coming.
Okay. Oh, I think I lost it. Let me go ahead and try to see if I can find it. Can you recommend ATS resume checkers that we can run our resume through to get a better chance to get through the first check?
Yeah, so there's several of those ATS scanners or keyword scanners or whatever to make sure that you're keyword optimizing your resumes. So there's like Job Scan, there is Skill Syncer, there's those different sites like that. But I want you to be careful with those sites because they are making predictions. They're also trying to make money. Right. So keep that in mind because I do partner with some of these organizations, but I've had they know how I feel about it. Right. I'm very straightforward. If you can't tell, I just give it to me straight. But what I want you to know, don't worry about that number. What you are using that system for is for it to help you identify keywords that should be present in your resume. Remember, you're focusing on those hard skills because those systems will pull up words that are not keywords that no recruiter ever would search for them. We're not even looking for that on your resume, but that system will tell you that it needs to be on your resume. And before you know it, your resume is 15 pages long and you're saying a whole bunch of nothing. And that's because you're relying too much on that one thing. So those things are tools. They are not the rules. Okay? Remember that. Now, you also could use Chat GPT. You take the job posting and you put it over into Chat GPT and ask it to identify the keywords that should be in your resume. And so it'll ask you to copy and paste your resume. Don't copy and paste your contact information into that system. You're doing your resume title on that, right? Because this is Chat GPT is pulling, and even when you're using it to build your resumes, yes, you can build a resume with Chat GPT. You can do that. Any one of you are capable of writing resumes to the same capacity that I do, but it's going to take practice. Do not copy and paste information directly out of Chat GPT and use it as that. Because if you're using a weak prompt to tell Chat GPT what to do, well, what's going to come out is weak. And you're going to sound robotic. We're going to know that you use Chat GPT because all of it sounds the same. It's the same mumbo jumbo. You need to personalize and customize that information for you. Okay, customize it. But you can use Chat GPT to help you identify those keywords. But they get it wrong too. Chat GPT pulls out keywords that are not really keywords. So it's just there really to give you a basis of what you should be doing. So don't worry about getting that you should be at 80% or whatever. That's because they want you to sign up for their resume services so they can create a resume for you that's still not going to be. But for these purposes, I want you to help yourself. Yeah. Okay. So use what's available to you to use, right? Because it costs for scans. They might give you 5 free, whatever. But beyond that, you're gonna have to keep paying for it. So never mind that this thing is giving you 80 keywords that you need to have in your resume because all of them won't be necessary.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so it's gonna throw some things out there. You're like, what is this? If it doesn't make sense, do not include it. Stop lying on these resumes because you may be able to get to the interview and you may pass the recruiter because we don't do what you do. But when you sit across from that hiring manager or the person on that team who does that work every day, and they start asking you those technical questions and giving you assessments and stuff like that, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So be truthful, but you focus on where you add value. Don't go into these interviews telling people, well, no, I don't have this. I don't have this. No, don't worry about what you don't have. Quickly get over that, and talk about the things that you have. No, I don't. Actually, I don't have this type of experience, but I have done this. And that has prepared me to do these. I'm willing to, to learn it. I learned this software before. I can learn this new software. So give yourself a fighting chance. Y'all got this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all got this.
Thank you so much for that.
Some of the, the comments as they come through. There's so many that are, that are coming through. These are some great questions. But again, if y'all want to jump in my inbox, I respond to messages. Don't waste personal notes on me on LinkedIn. Don't waste personal notes. I'm going to accept you as long as you don't look like a scammer or a bot. I am going to accept your request. Okay? Wait until we're connected, and that way you can send me a message for free. Don't waste, because now LinkedIn is making you pay for sending messages to people you're not connected to. Don't waste connection messages on me. Okay? Don't waste it. Wait until we're connected, and then tell me where you found me.
Yes, guys, please do connect with her. I will have all of her information in the description box when this video is replayed. So this whole entire job fair is going to be available on YouTube. And if you're looking for her information, if you didn't receive it through the chat, I will have that in the description box for the replay, all right? And I will continue to reiterate it, repeat it in my next few videos as well, so that you guys get it, all right? This woman is amazing. Thank you so much, Ashley. You are so invaluable. You've given us so much, all right? And I'm so happy. I'm so excited that you took the time to be here with us. As a professional, we know that your time is valuable, and we're just excited that you are here with us, giving us these tips, these pro tips, all right? And from a professional, not someone who's just winging it, learning things on the go. This person is tried and true.
Yeah, because I'm not an influencer. I'm a former recruiter. I'm a resume writer, coach, job search coach, interview consultant. I'm a real person doing real work in this job search space. So I'm going to tell you my way. I'm going to tell you what works. And everything doesn't work for everybody. 2 people could do things in the job search. So listen to your friend, like, I did this and this is what got me a job. Then you start looking, well, it didn't work for me. Something's wrong with me. No, two people can do the exact same thing, and one person gets the job. The other person doesn't even get an interview. Just keep pushing. Do what works for you in your situation. Your gut will tell you a lot of times when you're tripping up before you even start it. So listen to your God-given intuition. Listen to that. Listen to what your heart is telling you about this stuff. Pray on these things. If it's not adding to you or making you better, let it go.
Absolutely.
Let it go. You have to chew and spit. So sometimes, you're going to digest it. It's good information. It makes sense. It works for me. But there are other things. So you'd be like, I don't know if I want to do that. Listen to it, but then make a decision whether or not you want to do it. But never let anybody make you feel less than just because you haven't gotten a job. Your job doesn't define you. You're great regardless.
Yes, absolutely. That is great encouragement, because I know a lot of people that are looking for jobs, whether it be on my channel or just on the internet, period, they start to get weary and start questioning themselves. And, they probably even feel like, well, what's the point in doing this?
I almost left recruiting. Because I got laid off and I thought it was my performance. I immediately started looking at all the things that I had done wrong and, asking all those questions. It wasn't what I did wrong. A layoff is because the company did something wrong every time. They mismanaged their money, they mismanaged their time, they mismanaged the people. There's no other way to slice it. So you can't take on that, because energy is transferable. So when you start to, feel down on yourself, you project that. I can always tell when somebody doesn't feel confident about themselves, and then that sets the tone for the rest of the interview. And then also it affects how much money you make too. Because if people know, and I didn't do it because I have a heart for recruiting, that's why I shifted over, because I want to be able to tell you all those things that my company prevented me from telling you, that I had to sign contracts to say that I wasn't going to release certain information, right? But as a job search coach, I can give you the secret sauce, right? So I always try to give you the perspective so that you can level set and come back down to earth when it comes to this stuff. Because, you get down in the dumps about it, and then you go into these interviews trying to act excited and it seems fake. So you always have to hold on to whatever it is that you do great, because you are enough. You're enough right now for everything that you have. You belong here. So if you're doing something that you love, but you just don't have a job right now, that's not about you. That's about the market. That's about your situation. The situation is happening to you. It's not you. Okay. It's just something that you're having to go through, that you're having to process through. But just like you have to have a plan for everything else for it to work out, we plan weddings. We sometimes you will put more planning into the brunch with your girls on Saturday and Sunday than you do into your job search. You just you're flying by the seat of your pants. But there are resources just like this. I wish I had a YouTube channel like this that I could have watched when I was out here.
Are going to get that for you.
And my job search, not knowing what to do. So don't be embarrassed about not working. Don't be embarrassed about needing help. If you don't know what that person had to do to get that job, you have no idea what they went through, and everybody wants to make you feel like they're living the life, that they're getting all these interviews or whatever, and you don't know. That's why you have to keep your blinders on. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Do what you can do to improve yourself, because again, you are enough. You just got to package it in a way. It's about marketing. We eat at cheap McDonald's all the time. Doesn't mean that it's good, but they can market good and make us think
they can.
Right? So you have to be just that sensational when you're marketing yourself, because you're the product. You are the product, and you have. I'm not a marketer. I'm not a salesperson. You got to learn how to do it. You got to learn how to do it, and you got to get comfortable doing it. And you learn by doing. You learn by making mistakes. You learn by messing up. You learn by failing, and then something will stick. Your right fit role is out there. There is an employer right now. There's a recruiter right now searching for somebody like you, but your LinkedIn profile isn't up to date. So we can't find you. So definitely be findable. Findability is it. Findability, networking, marketing. Those are all words that I want you guys to remember when you're putting your information together. So
absolutely.
I think I'm offering my TED Talk.
Someone said this is a word.
I'm offering my TED Talk. I'm off my soapbox right now.
No, this is
Yeah.
amazing. Yes, absolutely. Guys, these are amazing tips. I'm actually going to rewatch the video, but you guys can as well, just to grab all those tips and everything that she mentioned. It's difficult to just grasp it on the first time. Sometimes you need a pen and a paper. I was over here taking notes in my little highlighter. You have to show up and really download all of these things. It's a lot, but you can do it, like you mentioned. And like you mentioned, don't feel bad on yourself. Don't feel hard. Sometimes there are things that we can do in the meantime, like work on our professional development, maybe work on a few skills, take maybe a class or two online. Like you mentioned, a lot of free courses online,
Yeah.
something, but just don't lie there and just allow the market to take advantage of you.
Right.
Sometimes you have to push through and do
Mhm.
something as well.
And if you don't remember anything else, is control your controllables. There's certain things you can't control that job posting was trash, and then you still didn't know what to put on your resume because you don't even have the good starting point to even go by, right? Find other jobs with that same title in that same industry and use those as you stand up. It doesn't matter where these jobs are. They can be in Timbuktu, Kalamazoo. It doesn't matter. Find the example and be that. And then, aside from that, know your market value, know what your skills are worth. So when you go into these conversations with recruiters, you are prepared to tell them with your chest how much is going to cost them to have the value that you're able to bring. Don't settle for less. Stop settling for less. Stop, really just half-assing when you get your information out there to people, because you have that one shot for somebody to make a decision about bringing you in for an interview. And if you're not in a position to toot your own horn, who's going to do it? And it's not braggadocious. It's not, you're not conceited. You're not being cocky. If it's true, is it fact? I'll tell somebody in a minute, I help my clients double and triple their salaries. I've won resume awards. I'm good to show my work. Are there people better than me? Probably, but I'm on their next. So you have to have that, that confidence until you believe it. I'm not where I want to be necessarily, but I work every day to do that. When I got my bachelor's, I meant I wasn't going back. Barely got that. Right. So I know that I'm going to get the tools that I need from training, from networking with people, and also from certifications. So that's my way to grow in my field, because I'm not going back and getting a master's. I'm just not doing it. I don't have another round of full-on education in me. I don't have that. So you have to know yourself and then know how, okay, well, I may have to take the non-traditional path to doing this. Be okay with the bridge positions. You doing DoorDash? Yeah. Okay, cool. You got to eat, right? Don't accept criticism or own that criticism from people, because they're going to talk. They're going to talk regardless. Either you're doing good and you should be doing this. You're never going to please everybody. So focus on the things that you can control. You can control what you put out there. You can control how you update your resume. You can control what you learn, but you cannot control what other people do. You can't control that job took 5 months for them to schedule your second interview. You can't control that they didn't give you any type of feedback. You can't control that, but you can control how you okay, I didn't feel so confident, because when you messed up, a lot of times you can feel it. So I didn't do really what was good for me. If you guys are not working, because I saw some people in the comments saying that they're not working, tap into your resources. You pay taxes. 9 times out of 10, you pay taxes, unless you in Texas and stuff, and
right.
I get real salty about taxes.
Federal taxes only.
Exactly. In Florida, because I'm in Bama, so we paying taxes on taxes on taxes.
Oh Lord.
I don't know where it's going, but we pay a lot of taxes. So your tax dollars are paying for programs that you're not going to. So Google that stuff and see, what is your local employment office offering? Where can you get the resources that you need until you're able to pay someone to help you? It's a luxury to be able to pay for career services, especially in this market. So you may not be in a position to do that, but that's not an excuse.
Yes.
Don't give yourself don't give yourself that easy way out. Don't do that. Do what you need to do to get it done. If you really want it, get it done.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, absolutely. I saw an interesting question. They wanted to know what your thoughts are on Indeed. Is it still worth it? And ZipRecruiter and all these other job boards. What do you think about them? Are they helpful? Is there a different way that people should go about their job search?
I would say if you could kind of shift away from LinkedIn, Indeed, those outside job boards when it comes to applying for opportunities, because if companies are, because sometimes I will post jobs across these job boards, right? They will be on the main company site, but I cross post it in other areas. I would fill those positions and forget to go and, and take those postings down. And so it's, you don't know, there's a lot of information that you can get directly from that company's website. But what if you don't know these companies exist? Do you want to go to everybody's website one by one? No, probably not. We don't have that kind of time. Even if we did, who wants to do that, right? So one place that you can do it is super easy. Go to Google and just type in, if you want to be a project manager, just put in project manager jobs in Alabama, right? So that's going to pull up jobs anywhere that's posted online, all in one place. So you don't have to go to LinkedIn, go to Indeed, go to, to all these different sites. And then look into your niche site. So if you're trying to do IT, then go to sites like Dice, Dice.com. That's where people are posting, that's where companies post those tech related jobs. So if you know that there are some niche sites, especially like there's jobs in manufacturing. So if you wanted to work in a manufacturing environment, there are jobs where you can work remotely in manufacturing. I worked in manufacturing as a recruiter and I worked remotely. So there are sales positions that allow you to work remotely. You can do the filters in Google to get you the level of job that you want, the location that you want to be in, whether remote or not, because you can set it to anywhere. But that's where you can get kind of everything at a glance. And then you want to be tracking your progress. So get a spreadsheet, put in the name. Okay, so the dates, you got the job title of the position. You want to copy and paste those job postings into a Word document. You don't want to save links, because what happens when they close those jobs? Now you can't go back to that link to see where you may have made a mistake, right? So you want to just copy and paste it. Do your research. Use LinkedIn for research, not for applying. Use it for research. That's where you're going to scope out, oh, well, I want this project manager job, but you don't know why the job is opening. So you can go to Glassdoor all you want to, read those reviews, do all that stuff. Some you have to take with a grain of salt, because people get real disgruntled when things don't work in their favor. Because people are entitled. That's just how we do. We think people owe us something. And so a lot of those reviews come from an entitled place. People are mad. A lot of them are true, too, but you've got to filter through to see what is what. And then companies are giving employees incentives for going out there and posting positive.
That's true.
Right? That's true. I know this because I worked for somewhere who did it. It's part of the reason why I'm not there no more. But anyway, moving on, find the people. So then you can connect with people, right, on LinkedIn. And you say, oh, okay, well, this person works for this company. Let me ask them what it's like to work there. If that job sucks, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not trying to lose my job behind you. I don't know you. So what you want to do is find the people who had that job, who used to work at that company, and you can reverse search them. Just use your filters. So you can find it. So when it has that thing where you can search by current company, past company, try to find out who had that job. Search for that job title at that company and see who comes up. That may be the person that's being replaced. So you may be able to send them a message, slide in their DMs. What happened? Is this your job? I have questions, whatever. And they may be willing to, to tell you. What happens is a chance you have to take, and lower your expectations about responses, because everybody doesn't check their messages.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't want to respond. Some people are jerks. You have to account for all of that. So for every 20 messages you send out, you probably may only get one response and you may get 0. But there are millions of people on LinkedIn. Millions. So just because you sent to 20, that's nothing. Go to the next person. Go to the next person. Then
Mm-hmm.
go to the next person.
Right.
Tap into the resources that are right there at your fingertips. And what else? Salary. Find that
Mm-hmm.
information like on salary.com, payscale.com. The BLS, B is in boy, L is in Larry, S is in Sam. .gov, BLS.com. That is the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. That
Mm-hmm.
is factual information. It may be behind because they have to do the surveys from companies. They pull actual data from companies throughout the US for certain job levels. So you can find that information on those sites. So you can see kind of around about what your skills are worth, because just because you were making 70K somewhere, your market value may be 150. I found that out after I spent about 6 years out of corporate. I could make double what I was making when I was in corporate the first go round, and I did. You know, doing the same work, less actually.
Right.
And I didn't need an extra degree or anything to do it. So, but knowing your market value helps you have more educated conversations, because you may be thinking about, oh, they gave me 20K more.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and say yes to that offer, and you let your desperation get the best of you, and you just accept anything because you're too afraid to negotiate. We are expecting you to negotiate when we make offers to you. So unless we tell you it is our best and final, even then, shoot your shot. Ask, is there any wiggle room here?
Mm-hmm.
But you have a better chance of getting what you want when you have knowledge around the situation. If you just go, well, I heard my friend said they making, whatever, that's not facts. You need to stick to the facts, and
Mm-hmm.
then don't let somebody lowball you just because you're not working. You're
Yes.
not doing what you want to do. That's not a reason for you to just lay down and just take it.
Mm-hmm.
They said that. You decide what your worth is. Know your walkaway number and stand on it. Yeah, negotiating, applying, doing all that from a place of confidence, it does matter in your job search. It matters.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I guess we will tackle one more question. Let me see. You guys have been really going in here. Okay, so when an employer runs background checks, can they see if you have a business or a side hustle?
Yes.
Does that matter?
Yeah, a lot of times they can see stuff. But because I've had a side hustle in corporate since I started my business. I was actually a corporate recruiter at the time that I started my business. Tracy, I got you. I'll send you a request, Tracy. Triplet. So I see where she's saying she's had a hard time trying to connect with me, but I got you. I'll send you a connection request. So you want to, where was I lost my train of thought. I wanted to make sure that I called her out.
Oh, about the side hustle.
The side hustles. So what happens when they do a background check, they're running a lot of times a skip trace, and that's checking your social security number. They're checking you with that, whatever state you're in. And so that could come back as part of your job, your background check, that you have been employed at these different places. So be careful when you're leaving things intentionally off, because we can still see that. Because if you've paid any amount of taxes now, because people are from all over, but if you've paid income taxes, we can have access to certain information, meaning seeing your job, especially if your job, you're working in financial services and they do credit checks. That stuff will come up on there. But the way I was able to apply for a new role, I was referred, but the way I framed it, because my business name is Right Step Resumes, they don't have to know that I'm the owner. And your clients don't care that you're the owner of the company. They care about what you do, the service you provide to them. So one thing you can do is not refer to yourself as the owner, the founder, the whatever. Focus on the job function, right? So if what you're trying to do is get a project management job or an accounting job or whatever, focus only on the accounting stuff that you do in your business, right? Because you want to get the attention off the fact that that's your business. So saying stuff like self-employed, well, I mean, that's a dead giveaway. I don't refer to myself as self-employed. I am a job search coach with Right Step Resumes. I never tell people, oh, I'm the owner of Right Step Resumes, because it doesn't matter. You care that I can help you get done what you're trying to get done in your job search. You don't care that I'm the owner of Right Step Resumes. So step away from your official business title and use a title that translates or that resonates with with your audience.
Yes, absolutely.
So it is possible to get a side hustle, but I want you to be careful with that. because my LinkedIn profile is full of right step resumes. All up and through is right step resumes. And so you want to be careful with how the services that you offer, because a lot of times we'll monetize the skills that we have from our career. And so if it is deemed a conflict of interest with the current company that you're working for, who you're trying to work with, you have to be careful about your services, and you may have to fly under the radar a little bit. But just know your situation, know your company's policy, know your conflict of interest agreement. Stop signing stuff that you don't agree with, because there may be things that you can strike through and negotiate those agreements before you sign them. So just know your company's policy, know what you want to do, and market yourself as that, and kind of separate yourself from the business. Now, if the business is your name, because some people go by whatever their name and then consulting, right? You still have to focus on what you do and not the fact that you are the owner. Take that part, because that part is not important. Because what happens is we start to think, well, are you just using this as a go-between because you're having a slow period in your business? Or are you going to be stealing our contacts and using it, in your own business? Those are concerns, legit concerns that people will have. So for me, because I was already working when I started my business, I went to my manager and said, hey, I'm going to start a business, and this is what I'm going to do in my business. These are the services that I'm going to offer. I am willing to sign a conflict of interest agreement to say that I'm not going to tap into our candidate database to start telling people that I can do their resume. So I'm not using your database to benefit me. I'm also not going to ever do a resume for somebody who is trying to work at my current company. So that I went with the agreement with them. So just to let them know, I'm coming from a place, I'm trying to make this work. Now I'm going to do my business regardless, but let's make this thing work, or whatever. And so that was able, that helped me. And it helped me when I landed the next role too, when I decided to re-enter corporate. So, I'm on my own now, so I can pretty much, do what I want. But you have to just be careful and understand the legalities behind what you're doing.
Yes, that really is a huge thing. Just reassuring the company that you won't do something fishy to benefit yourself, and that's not the reason why you're applying in the first place.
Right. I don't do stuff on company time. I didn't do anything. I kept it very, very separate. And because of that, I didn't have candidates reaching out to me asking me for my services. I didn't have that. But then I also told people stuff that they can do to their resumes. Oh, okay, well, you said you have that experience. All right, cool. This is what you need to do to your resume. There are a lot of recruiters like me. I'm not a unicorn. Okay. There are a lot of people who are willing to help you, but you've got to ask, and you kind of got to get outside of your ego, let the ego part of yourself go, and tap into the fact that, I would be grateful if you were to help me. If they don't, okay, cool. You're still breathing, or whatever, move on to the next person. The next person may help.
Yes. So I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted her link to her website just so that you guys can have that, because on her website, she shares how you can reach out to her as well. All of the different contacts, the Facebook, all the different social medias she's on, LinkedIn. So this, her website is a gold mine. It also shows you all of her services, the things she does. So I want you guys to head over there for your resume help. All right. I highly recommend that you guys go over there, get the coaching, get the resume writing help you need, ask questions like she mentioned. She is there. She mentioned she is here to answer any of your questions that were not probably not addressed here. Maybe have additional questions after this live. You might think of something. Go and reach out to her. She is someone who will put you on game. All right. Yes.
I don't gatekeep.
Yes.
At all. If you're looking to get into writing resumes, I answer questions. Like I said, I don't gatekeep, because I feel like there's enough money out here for all of us.
Absolutely.
There are enough people that need what we know. Like, there are billions, people in this world. You can work globally. You can do, you can do all of that. So it's not a competition. We can all help each other. So there may be something that I get in your inbox and ask you about some things that, that you're trying to do. If I have a client that's trying to, do what you're doing, so it's information sharing. No question is dumb. Because if you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
Yes. There's no competition. We are all here to help and learn from each other. Thank you so much, Ashley. I wish that we could just keep you around for like a few more hours.
Yeah, yeah. Just have me back. Just
Yes,
have
I
me
sure will. I will. Hello. So yes, you guys reach out to Ashley. Right Step. It's right there under her name. Right,
back.
like right. Stepresumes.com. You can reach out to her through there, see her services, book her services, get a consultation call, everything that you need. All right. Thank you once again, Ashley.
Thank you.
You
Thank
guys will
you.
be seeing her again because she's got so much to offer. Yes. So, do you have any last bit of encouragement for anyone who's looking in the trenches, looking and still trying to keep the faith, basically?
So yeah, this is trying. Get help. I see a therapist. There's no shame in getting therapy. Um, you will need a lot of support during this. Don't listen to people that put you in negative spaces. This may be the time that you have to separate yourself from people who are bringing you down, from people who are who triggering you. That's the best word I can use is triggering. Because I remember being laid off and people like my family
Mm.
meaning well, but making me feel worse than I already felt about getting laid off. You still don't have a job?
Oh.
What? So just know that a lot of times people don't know what to say and they think they're being encouraging. They think they're giving you, the kick in the butt that you need to get stuff done, but it comes across at a place that rubs you the wrong way. Like I said, don't control your controllables. You can't control what people think, what they say. You can't control that, but what you can control is how you react and what you choose to do with that information. Block it out. Do what you want and do what you need to do to make yourself better. But there are resources, there is help, that are out there. You don't have to work with me. There are tons of people in my network that I refer, people to all the time. You don't have to work with me. I have free services. I have services, that are up into the 5 figures. So,
It's
you know,
worth it.
right. So there is something, pretty much for everybody. You just may have to catch me on the digital side and get a product. But there are things that you can do now to prepare yourself to make those big decisions. But you have to advocate for yourself. And if you count yourself out, I don't have a reason to believe in you.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, so you're not your situation. Your job doesn't define you. You have value right here today with what you have right now. You just have to position it to get what you want.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you guys are encouraged. Oftentimes you can feel down in the dumps about your job search and about yourself. But like she said, your job is not a reflection of who you are. You are who you are no matter what. With the job, without the job, without anything attached, you are who you are. You present value wherever you go. And you just have to have that confidence. Sometimes you have to work on yourself. Like you said, see a therapist, talk to someone, reach out to a professional, let them take a look at what you're presenting to these companies, and they probably would be able to see whatever blind spots that you don't see,
right?
And you can work on that and better your chances. So thank you so much once again, Ashley.
This was so good. This was live.
This was amazing.
It was. I like it. Like I said, your chat is everything.
Right? It's good today. Okay, listen. But it's all because we have amazing women like you and our following speaker just having so much value to share. This is why we're here, for value. Absolutely. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes. All right. Well, you have a project that you mentioned that you're working on. Just before we wrap up, you have a project that you have launched, actually. Can you talk more about it and how that might benefit everyone?
Right. So I have, I'm doing a masterclass on interviewing. We're going to tackle all of the ins and outs about interviewing, how to show up, how to market yourself, how to answer those difficult questions that usually trip a whole lot of people up. So that's going to be on August the 1st at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then I sell, and my master classes is marketing. I got to eat, right? So in there, you'll have an opportunity to learn more about how you can work with me as far as interview coaching, or how you can join my group coaching program that is geared towards individuals who are either in leadership or want to get into leadership, or just want to grow in their careers. It's going to help them escape the situations that they're in right now, so they find those fulfilling careers, doing the things that they want, making the type of money that they want, so they can increase their earning potential with the skills that they already have. So in that program, we cover everything start to finish in your job search. I'm going to take 10 to 15 professionals, and we're going to go through 12 weeks where we start with the discovery phase of the job search, doing research. Then we're going to cover networking, interviewing. You get a resume and a LinkedIn profile written for you by me and my team. You also get interview coaching in that program, and then we teach you how to do salary negotiation. So I will have guest speakers, and then you also get an additional 4 weeks of Q&A after that. So after you've implemented those things, that's usually when the questions come up. So I will have live Q&As where we can just jump on a call. You answer the questions. There's a peer community and everything with that. That program is called Resign by Design. It is an investment, but I do have payment plans available.
That payment plan, guys, get on it, because you can get mentorship from the very beginning phase of applying, and how, get understanding of your interview phase, what things you should ask, how you should conduct yourself, and so much more.
Yes, and everything is on rightstepresumes.com. So go over to my site, take a look. I also have a freebie. So if you join my email list, you do get a freebie that is 100 ways to maximize your job search.
Nice. Yes. Head on over, guys. Please take advantage. Thank you once again, Ashley. We will be talking very soon.
Yes.
Yes. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you too.
All right, guys. Listen, I need to go somewhere in the corner and sit and just rethink process. But that was amazing. And I'm so excited to have Ashley. Like I mentioned, she is fully immersed in what she's doing right now. It's been over 10 years and she is fully immersed. All right. This is a professional, a recruiter, a job search coach, someone you want to team up with. And I'm going to have people just like her and have her back over. Okay. It's not the last time. All right. We will be talking to bring her back on, answering more of you guys' questions. But all right, so now we have another speaker. All right, I hope that you guys are still with us. It looks like you are. If you are, please let us know how you're feeling. What did you think about the previous speech, what the speaker spoke to us? What value she gave to you? Just let us know in a sentence, and we will get started with our next speaker. So just give us a quick line, what you enjoyed and what you're going to be doing from now forward. And I love working with people like her, because she's not a gatekeeper. She's not going to hold information. She's also open to telling you what you need to do. She's not going to hide behind a pay line. She's actually providing free information. And of course, she's got to make a living. So she definitely will be, giving you value for you to pay as well. There are payment plans, but she has so much to offer. So I want to actually just take a quick moment to show you her website. Just a quick moment, just so that you guys can take a look. I want you guys to connect. All right. So let me go ahead and share that screen with you very shortly before we call on our next guest. All right. All right. So here she is, Right Step Resumes. As you can see, she is here to help you. She's got so many different resources. Like she mentioned, 100 ways to maximize your job search. You can schedule a consultation. These are the publications that she's been featured in. She is so humble. HuffPost, all these different news outlets, job hunts. She's the real deal. And look at this, all right? This picture is everything. So guys, go ahead and head on over to this website. You'll also see her social media up there where you can book her for an event if you need that. Also email address as well. So go ahead, do that. All right, so we're gonna take that off. And I'm seeing you guys comments here. Thank you so much. All right, so our next guest. Woo! So I'm so excited about this guest as well because she's giving us true value as well. This is our second speaker. Her name is the Twins Mom here on YouTube. You guys, I know that you've seen her here on YouTube sharing work from home jobs. I'm not the only one, and she is doing it so big. She's got such a great personality, sweet spirit, and she truly knows what she's doing, and she loves what she does. She's so passionate. She's a successful YouTuber, and she's also a digital marketer. She will be discussing how we can leverage digital platforms for personal branding. So those of you who want to start a business, maybe you want to earn some side money on the side, or if you want to transition into a space where you can work entirely for yourself, she's going to be giving us those tools. So I want to take the time to welcome her on the stage. Hello, Dee. How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
What's up, everybody? In the chat. Are y'all alive? Are y'all alive? We gotta wake up.
Okay.
What's up? I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to have you. You've got so much to share, and I'm excited to learn as well. So
yes. I want to give y'all a little bit of something because like you said, this is one of my favorite topics to talk about, and I believe everybody can change their situation with the right information.
Yes, absolutely. So if you don't mind, just let us know what you do, maybe a little bit of your background, why you got started, and you can go from there.
Yeah, so I'm a twin mom.
Yes.
And things drastically changed when I found that out. And so it was important for me to find something that worked for me. But not only that, like just different hiccups in my own work history. It pointed to the fact that I needed to figure out a way to be able to make some money that I was a little bit more in control of. And so that's exactly why I've been able to come online and be able to not only share, good jobs, because there are a lot of amazing jobs that are available, but it's important for me to know that the income that I have is also something that I can control and not just based on, a company and what they dictate.
Yes, absolutely. I was always told, because both my parents are entrepreneurs and eventually became entrepreneurs. And so my mom always mentioned it's just really great to have your own, because at least you can control that. You can't control how these companies will pay you, what value they see in you, what benefits that you will receive, how you'll be viewed or perceived by them. So it's great to have something that you can actually control, put your energy into, and it's great to see the results come out of it as well.
It is. One of the other things too I always think of is the fact that I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to be one or the other. Like either I have to have a 9-to-5 job or I have to go all in on this business. And it's just not the case. Like there's a lot of different options that are available for you to be able to do both simultaneously. And that's a little bit about what I want to talk about today, because I do think that it's important that you be able to work something on the side that's not stressful, like not draining and not take a whole bunch of your time that feels like a whole nother job within itself.
Right. All right. Well, take it away. I'm excited to learn.
Okay, so today I want to talk to you about how you can start working with digital products and having a digital product business without you having to make these digital products. And one of the best parts that I believe about this is that you get to keep 100% of the money from those sales, okay? This is perfect if you're a complete beginner and you have absolutely no time. shout out to all my moms out there. You know what it means to have no time. Yeah. So today I know that you came here with the goal in mind of either finding a great high paying job to be able to support you, your family, and your lifestyle, and maybe be able to, afford some of those occasional luxury things. And after Ashley gave you all of those gems and just different things that you could do with your resume, I'm sure you're walking away with a lot more than that, right? Mm-hmm. But I want you to take a second to think about this, okay? There was an interesting article that I found on Yahoo Finance, and it talked about the job market today and the way things are going. And they mentioned that the middle class income is no longer going as far as it used to, right? Mm-hmm. And they also mentioned that in the next 5 years, we are no longer going to be able to afford things just due to inflation alone, right? We're not going to be able to afford things like new cars, home ownership. This is huge for me. Healthcare costs. But what even about our regular everyday things, like the things that we need on a daily basis? And one of the craziest things that I looked into when I was preparing this was sugar. Like sugar just a few years ago was $2, and now it could be $5 and probably even more depending on where you live at, right? Like things are getting crazy. These it's so funny. Like these are some of the staples that just me and my household we like to have, and it is crazy to see the jump in prices. Like the orange juice that we like is almost $9 after taxes, right? Like these prices are insane. And to be honest with you, I never really even thought too much about the economy and inflation and things like that until it was affecting me, right? Like I started thinking about these prices increases and what it meant for me when my situation was different and I got fired. And especially being that it was out of the blue. Like I thought I was doing a great job. I thought I was a great employee and all that. And it was unexpected and I got fired out the blue. But what it showed me was that we just don't know what our situations are going to be. We don't know what these businesses are going through. Just like Ashley had talked about earlier, these companies have a lot to juggle. They're budgeting their own funds, right? And when that doesn't go well, sometimes that means that your position is no longer going to be there, right? And so I'll never forget when I was fired, what my manager told me. She said, "It's not personal, it's just business." And to this day, that is something that I live by. Like, and it is exactly why during that time, I realized I needed to make another way to be able to make money, right? Like, there was no way that I was going to be able to only account for one stream of income, right? And it made me realize that having one way to make money, it's just too close to having no ways to make money, right? Like one day you are able to pay for everything and you've got everything figured out. And then the next day it could be gone. Like your situation could look completely different, right? So I started out on a journey to be able to find the best way to be able to have an additional stream of income. Like I wanted another way to be able to make money, okay? But for me, there was a few things that needed to be checked in order for this to work out for me, right? Number one, it needed to be flexible because I'm a twin mom. I got kids. Number two, it needed to not take a lot of my time because I'm a twin mom and I've got kids.
That's the answer.
And then number three, I wanted to be able to do it alongside my job. And then I also wanted this thing to be able to work for me 24/7. So, in your traditional 9-to-5 job, you get paid when you show up. I wanted an opportunity where even if I'm not showing up, I have the opportunity to be able to get paid, right? So I tried a lot of stuff in doing this. Like I've been online trying different things for a long time. And I've tried probably anything that you can think of, a way to be able to make money online. I tried it and literally nothing worked for me, right? But that wasn't until I came across digital marketing. And digital marketing is currently a $363 billion industry, which is just mind-blowing, right? But it wasn't until I was able to find a mentor and a program that was proven and And all I needed to do was follow it step by step, that I actually was able to even start to see some success within even digital marketing, right? But through all my failures, I learned that I was trying to do everything myself. And that was a recipe for disaster. I didn't have to make everything up on my own, and I didn't have to create everything on my own. In fact, if you look at these billion-dollar companies, right? All of these billion-dollar industries are middlemen. Netflix, they don't own any theaters, right? Airbnb, they own no homes. Uber doesn't own any cars, and Amazon definitely didn't start out owning their own products, right? They simply match good products to customers that actually want them, right? So when you think about starting a business online, you don't have to be the creator of everything. You don't have to sit down and be like, I have to think of a great product. Like, no, you don't. You see that these billion-dollar companies are able to do just that, right? But anyway, I've been able to do those same things as we talked about, being that middleman with digital products, okay? With this brand new method, without owning any of the products, without creating any of the products, and really just being the middle person and being able to keep 100% of the profits that come from it, which is totally different from any business model that has ever been on the internet today. Like, you're always giving a cut of your money to somebody, right? Like, it's never a time that you're like, oh, I'm just going to sell this and get to keep. Like, no, that's not how it works. Okay. But this brand new way to be able to make money online has really been showing up for beginners. And that is exactly why I love it so much. Like, so many people have been able to show up online and make their first dollar because they've learned this new method to be able to do it, right? The coolest thing is that you don't need any experience to do it. You don't need your own product. You don't need a website. You don't need a whole lot of time, a big budget. You definitely don't even have to leave your house if you don't want to. And that's another reason why I love this method, okay? Now, a very, very high level view of what this looks like is getting a digital product that's already proven. People like it, it's giving value, they understand, or it's giving them a transformation after they've used it. Once you have a product like this, all you need is a simple one-page website. And then from there, you're able to be able to collect your profits from this proven digital product that you get, right? So 3 things usually kind of hang people up in terms of making money online. And that is, number 1, thinking that they have to make everything, right? So I want to be able to tell you a huge secret of why you never need to be able to make a product, why you never need a product to be able to make money online. But most importantly, why most people who do end up losing money doing it. I want to tell you the 5-second secret that is used to sell millions of products, so that it is so easy that my 5-year-old can do it. And I want to tell you the number 1 thing that most beginners are missing that costs them hundreds of sales, how you can do it on your lunch break. Okay. Now, I really want to be able to tell everything, but I don't have a lot of time to be able to do it. But I do have a live training that I'm going to be giving tonight at 9 p.m., which is almost 9.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. What I was going to say too, because I don't want people to kind of, have to hop off to get on. Don't worry if you're still on and you're still on here and getting all the gems from here. I'll just be able to send you the replay. So all you have to do, though, is register at this website, 15daybiz.com, and I'll be able to send you all the information to be able to get started, but to learn literally the step-by-step of how you can do it, because I want to break it down for you, okay?
I'm so sorry. You said 13.
Sorry, 15daybiz.com.
Oh, I'm sorry, 15 days.
15daybiz.com.
Okay, I'm putting that in the chat right now.
Yeah. And then I will be able to hop on. That's why I was like, this is going so good. Actually, it's so good. I want to have to connect with her too, but this has been really amazing. I really, really appreciate you putting this together, because there is not a lot of people that are really bringing people together on the internet today, especially us, like us, so beautiful Black women. Like, I really appreciate the space to be able to just take a little bit of time. Okay?
And I open this space up for all different women, because like you said, it should not be a competition thing, So I appreciate you sharing your business. Of course, you don't have much time because you actually have a live training, but we're actually almost done. We're wrapping up as well. But guys, please visit 15biz.com. Also, your YouTube channel. Do you want to share that?
Yeah. So on YouTube, I am the twins mom as well. And you can visit there. I do also, I feel like I don't even think we've ever had overlapping jobs. Like, it's kind of crazy to, browse the internet for all these jobs, but I don't feel like we've ever had jobs that have overlapped, but so many jobs and opportunities available. What I do, I mostly post remote jobs on my channel. But I also love to be able to teach the opportunity to be able to have an income alongside any 9-to-5 that you want to have, because I think it's very important, especially in today's economy.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So I'm going to put her YouTube channel in the chat as well, just for you guys. YouTube.com/the-twins-mom @twins-mom. You're incredible. Like, the fact that you have twins and you are able to do all of this is just amazing. So I truly give it to you. I have two boys.
You do?
Yes, they are.
How old are they?
Well, one is 3 and one is 1. So they're very close in age. Off, and I struggle to have time to do anything. I have to wake up super early in the morning and scatter my work throughout the day, or it's just not going to get done.
You're right. They command the day. I'm like, well, what are we doing today, guys?
Right? They take control. But this type of model is great because you can do it flexibly. Like you said, you can do it within your own time, pretty much set it and just let the internet kind of roll it around and the algorithms and stuff like that. So this is great.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, and it's amazing. And I look forward to all the other ones that you're gonna have. I'm gonna be in the audience, and
you'll be back here too.
I will. No, I would love to come back on as well. But this has been really cool. I appreciate you so much.
Yes, I appreciate you too. Keep doing what you're doing. It's great to have different people doing the same thing because we can reach different people. There are people that follow you that don't follow me, but you have a voice that more so relates to them. And so that's important. And plus, there are so many different jobs. I'm sure, like you said, ours don't overlap. So reach out to other YouTubers that are sharing jobs because there's so many remote jobs. So many, too many for just one person to share. Like, we all have to share it.
Yes. And we're actually,
it's all right.
And we're actually giving those gems of showing you how to show up to get them. Like, you got this.
For free. For free. Okay. Thank you so much, Dee. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to share? Like any other platform that you want people to reach you by?
I am on YouTube most consistently. And so YouTube is a great place to be able to reach me. If you want to send me a message, like my email, d@thetwinsmom.com is always available for anybody if you want to shoot me a message or anything. But other than that, most active on YouTube. And I too, just like Ashley was saying, like, this whole job market is kind of crazy now. And so just really keep your head up. Like, just because you get a rejection letter, don't stop. Like, you are going to get where you want to go, right? Because if you stop, you're definitely not getting where you want to go. So just make sure you keep taking baby steps, and progress will definitely get you there.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I do have one question. So where can they go to attend your 9 p.m. class tonight?
If you go to 15daybiz.com and you put in your email address, it'll automatically send you a link to that class that I'm going to be teaching.
Oh, great. Okay, great. So I did post the link. You guys go ahead and check that out. Thank you so much, Dee. I'm so excited to have you here. And yes, keep doing what you're doing. Like I mentioned, we need you.
I appreciate you. All right, guys, have a good night.
You too.
All right, bye.
Okay. Yeah, so did you guys hear that? Dee from the Twins Mom YouTube channel, she came right on here. She spoke a little bit briefly about her digital marketing business. Great opportunity, at least to listen to and see if that fits what you want to do. Something flexible is always something great. Those of you who have 9-to-5 jobs and you want to have some extra money, I mean, it's great to discover, learn, and implement some of these skill sets so that you can have your own running business in the background and not even have to put in all that effort, right? So I do want to get into just a few more jobs. If you guys are still here, we have a few jobs. These are no phones jobs that I found that are fully remote. So I want to show you that very briefly before we get into our last game. And then I will be showing or making public the free grab bag, all right? I didn't want you guys to just grab all the treats and run. I mean, we're not about that over here, right? So y'all gonna stick around for the good stuff and get the treats after. Okay? All right, anyways, I'm getting crazy. So I want to share, let me go ahead and share my screen. Oops. All right, so here is a company that you guys may know, may not know, but they are the Restaurant Store. And so they are an online restaurant supply company. They're based in Pennsylvania. They offer commercial grade equipment to the food service industry through online ordering, commercial shipping, and they have over 430 products, all right? So if you check out their website, they are like the Costco for business owners. They have just about anything. They have the appliances, they have food products, they have dinnerware, disposables, just about anything that companies need to run their business, their restaurant business. This company supplies just that, all right? So this is a huge company. They're almost always hiring. I constantly see them pop up whenever I'm looking for jobs for you guys. Oh, let me just go back. But if you want to check out they have plenty of remote jobs that are non-phone. So we're gonna share exactly how you can get to it. So restaurantstore.com, you're scrolling all the way to the bottom, and that's basically what you do with a lot of these different jobs. You are scrolling all the way down to the bottom, and you are looking for careers, you're looking for the word jobs, work with us, all that, all right? So hit careers, and then once you see that, you can go ahead and view all jobs. So here you can see all of the different sectors that they have. They have distribution, management, development, all of that. But what you want, if you're here for remote jobs, you have to click remote to filter through. If you want an in-person job, this is great for you as well if you live in any of these states. New York is just never there, California. But they do have remote positions. And so when you click remote, you will see that they have different positions for photo and video, marketing, content, supply chain, so much more. So the job that I wanted to share, or the jobs, the first one actually is this one here for marketing automation specialist. And you'd be surprised, they don't ask for a whole lot. This one here is from what I'm seeing, a non-phone job opportunity. This one here is marketing automation specialist, and you're basically automating their marketing strategies. So that could be you automating emails, maybe the push notifications, outreach to different customers. You're basically helping them to move different large amounts of data from their warehouse to their marketing automation tool to help support their different campaigns as they're reaching out to customers to make more money for the company. And so what you need is a bachelor's degree in marketing, analytics, economics, finance. But like we mentioned today, not all the time do you truly need a bachelor's degree. If you have experience in marketing, if you have ever marketed a product, pushed a product in front of an audience, and told the audience exactly what they need from that particular product or service and why it is very helpful for them and their lifestyle, you have marketing experience. And so you can absolutely put that, translate that into your resume and apply. You don't exactly need a bachelor's degree in a lot of these things, but they are asking for preferably 3 years of experience working in an analytics related position, preferably in e-commerce. So that would be online stores, working with websites that share products, sell products, and so forth. And if you've got 3 years of experience working with a marketing automation tool, then you definitely want to take the tools that you are experienced in using and put that on your resume so that you can show them you are experienced with marketing automation tools. You're not exactly telling them, hey, I'm experienced with marketing automation tools. Which marketing automation tools? You know, give them more than what the bare basics are. Preferred experience are web analytics experience, audience building, and so forth. And as we scroll down, we'll see all of the different states that they do accept for this position. So they are state specific. Yeah, so this is just one of the positions. Oh boy, I just went through all of that. I'm so sorry, guys. So this is the position here, marketing automation specialist. Like I mentioned, they have different requirements. Bachelor's degree, definitely not something that you always need. 3 years experience working in analytics position, preferably in online e-commerce and so forth. And so I wanted to share these states because this one is state specific. Those are the states that they are willing to hire from, all right? So we're gonna get into another position and just go back here and, ooh, no, actually it's this one here. So we will go back to the remote jobs. And the next one that I want to share, let me see here. Oh, is actually in content. So we will click content, and there are plenty of content jobs here. If you're into content, if you are a content creator or a writer, if you are creative, these jobs sound like they are right up your alley. So we have here the editor, the content editor. You're basically going to be doing quality control, reviewing their different marketing materials for accurate grammar, promoting the best customer experience, and you are communicating with different teams like the procurement, site maintenance, photo, video design teams as well. They're not asking for any experience with this one at all. They want you to have great communication skills, multitasking skills, familiarity with Microsoft Office Suite. Once again, I forgot to switch that on over. Microsoft Office Suite, all right, just in case you didn't see that part there. And as we scroll down, we will see that they will provide you with your very own equipment, all right? So if you are concerned that you don't have all the equipment in order to apply for a work from home job, they're going to give you that. So you don't have to spend money on a new computer setup. They will help you with the hardware, the software, the computer equipment as well. And this one is also state specific too. So definitely take note of that. All right. And they do mention that you need a valid physical address to get sent that computer equipment. I guess for some reason, they felt the need to put that in there. Maybe people have been giving them like some random cafe address down the street. They want you to get your computer equipment. Do you want your computer equipment or not? Okay, give them the address. It's getting late for me, isn't it? Okay, so the last one that I want to share is the writer, the content writer. So we will go back into this screen here and the content writer. So those of you who are writers, who are creatives, and you want to transition into a more, you want to work for a company. You don't want to do this freelancing lifestyle. I understand. I was a writer, a ghostwriter for a while, and you don't get paid very much. You get paid per maybe line, per word, per article. So you want something more sustainable with benefits and all of that. Webster Store is currently looking for a content writer, fully remote. And here you're basically going to be writing their product descriptions, taking their products. Most likely they'll be sending you, information about that product, taking that, deciphering it, and making it into easy, digestible, understandable copy to present to customers. They basically want someone to write compelling descriptions so that they will reach out and get more customers excited and interested in Webster Store. All right, and so this one also doesn't have any requirements for experience, solid communication skills, strong attention to detail, familiarity with SEO best practices. That's absolutely something that's absolutely something that is required when you are doing anything concerning writing. So this is a role that's open, and you can go to webstaurantstore.com/careers. That will take you straight to the position there. All right. All right. So those are the jobs. And let's see here. Get back to me. How are you guys feeling? I'm so excited to still have you guys here. You're still listening to me. And we're going to wrap things up. So we have another game. All right. We're going to wrap things up on a high note. But first, I wanted to go ahead and just share a company that I love. All right. And they have plenty of opportunities. We talked about the need to always develop, you know, especially if you are in between jobs and you're not sure what to do. You felt like you have skills, but maybe they pertain more to the previous job that you had, and you're looking for ways to redevelop, you know, reinvent yourself. So I'm going to share exactly what I wanted to talk about. And I always talk about this. You guys know if you are familiar with my channel, but ta-da, Course Careers. So Course Careers is a platform that I love. I'm currently enrolled in their HR courses, and they have so many different ways to get into different fields if you don't have any experience. Sometimes companies want you to have experience in order to get experience, and it doesn't make any sense. You don't know where to get started. Course Careers will give you that chance, give you a chance at an internship and into an entry-level position, and then start making some great money. So as you can see, they work with some of the biggest companies. They have a set of recruiters that actually work with Course Careers, and they look for their graduates. As soon as a person graduates, they're automatically getting hit up for interviews. All right. So Course Careers is the real deal if you want to transition into a different career path. If you want to do something like maybe tech sales, information technology, but you don't know where to get started. You always thought like maybe you needed to be super smart or technical to get into tech. You absolutely don't need a bunch of experience in order to get started. All right. As you can see, you can make great money with these job opportunities from the very start. Some of them start with $70K just to start, and they are in demand. These are high demand jobs. A lot of companies are looking for people to sell technology. So with technology sales, you're selling technology. Technology is constantly growing and evolving, and companies need people that are skilled with marketing, sales, who have great interpersonal skills to connect with their customers. So if you want to work with companies like Salesforce, HubSpot, Uber Eats, then this will be great for you. Tech sales is booming. So we're just going to go ahead and click that there. Tech sales is a booming field. And as you can see here, just go ahead and click that right there. So they're booming, high in demand, like I mentioned. And so technology companies need individuals to sell products, and you can get started. There's so much room for growth. So you can get started as a sales development representative and reach all the way down to the end goal, which is chief executive officer. But your mid-career path after 1 to 5 years of experience, you're making great money already. All right. So executives make over $200K after only one to 5 years. You can also transition to different business roles like human resources, marketing, customer success, and so forth. And it can also provide you with the background that you need to become an entrepreneur. So this is all something that you can do without any experience of technology at all. And me, as a student of their human resources program, I love Course Careers because it's self-paced. You can learn on your own time. Like we mentioned, I mean, I'm a mom. We had the twins mom on here. We're busy, you know, whether you have children or not, you're busy. And so you can do this at your own time. Some people finish the entire course within just a few weeks. I had Alicia on here a while back, we did an interview. She finished her course within like a few weeks. The woman is amazing. And so it's super affordable, especially when you compare it to college. You know, a lot of us are still trying to get, you know, forgiveness for some of the things that we paid for, but that's on a different note. You can get hands-on training with course careers that you need in order to land your first position and give you access to a huge pool of coaches, recruiters that use course careers to find new hires. So if you need that push, just take a look. I will go ahead and post this link right here in the chat just for you guys so that you can get started. You will get access to your first free class and your discount to go through the entire course until you earn your certification of completion. All right. So I'm just going to take a quick moment. Oh, you've got your loans forgiven. Listen, you are blessed. You are blessed and highly favored. And you know what? I'm praying that a lot of us do get our loans forgiven. I know that they're handing it out to government workers, but I'm hoping that us, you know, that are not in government jobs would also get access to that type of treatment. You know, we all need to save a little money. So I'm just posting this here. Almost done here. We'll get right into our final game of the night. Okay, hopefully that showed up well. I'm still trying to learn and figure out this whole entire live situation here. Okay, so let's get into our final game of the night. To end things on a high note, you guys have been here for so long. Thank you so much. We're going to do a special game that I find to be really fun, and I know that you guys will find it fun too. Job search trivia. So we're going to test your knowledge based on the information that we received today, and also just knowing what you know as you are looking for different jobs, your experience, you know. After this, we will be sharing the public, I will be sharing publicly the grab bag. So we're going to go ahead and get that started very soon. Job search trivia. There's no prize for this one. It's just for fun. All right. So in this particular game, we are going to, I'm going to ask a question, and they have different structures. So the question could be an answer the question, multiple choice question, or a true or false question. Are you guys ready? Are you still awake? We're going to get into it right now. Okay. So put a little music, you know? Okay. So first one, it's best to use the same resume for every application. True or false? All right, you guys are smart, okay. All right, and the answer is false. Of course, we know that, right? You cannot use the same basic model resume for every application. There are certain things that are required that you adjust your resume, tailor and, oh Lord, tailor and, I gotta go back to the beginning, because Ashley spit out some true gems. She mentioned there's a difference between tailoring your resume and a different word. I can't hit it right now, but whew, the meat. Okay, all right, let's get to the next one. All right, next one. Which of the following should not be included on a professional resume? Is it A, contact information, B, professional experience, C, salary expectations, or D, education? You guys let me know. You guys are amazing, okay? I don't know why you guys watch me. I mean, you guys know everything. All right, enough. You guys are right. It is C, salary expectations. That is definitely not a place to talk about money. you probably would be rejected automatically if they see that, right? It's not proper for you to talk about money at all until perhaps the hiring process, when you're in the interview phase. Not even when you're speaking to a recruiter, unless the recruiter is asking, like, hey, I need a certain amount figure that you want for this position. What is the number that you have in mind? Then you can kind of skate around a little bit, talk about market value, like Ashley mentioned, your market value, especially according to where you live, and also the position being where you live, where you're coming from, how much you're worth and how much you want, and then leave it open-ended for that person. But never talk about salary right away. It's definitely a sure way to get rejected. All right, next one. So including a professional photo on your resume is a good idea. Please let me know if that's a good idea. True or false? Yes, absolutely. It is false. This is a method for disaster, pretty much. You don't want to set yourself up for unfair hiring practices like discrimination. I was recently sent a resume with the person's picture on it, and I automatically felt like, oh no, don't do that. And if you're watching now and you have a photo on your resume, take it away completely. Don't include your photo. Don't include your address, because even that can set you up for unfair practices, because according to your address, you might be discriminated against, and you don't want that to even be a possibility before you get your foot in the door. So definitely take your professional photo out, clean up your resume, choose the most bare basic model. You don't need anything flashy with different bright colors and designs. We saw a bunch of resumes today by Ashley. That's the type of setup that you want. And also the ones that I provide are very bare basic. You don't need all the fancy stuff unless maybe you are a model or an actress or an actor and they require that. So yeah, definitely. All right, last one for the night. Which of the following is a good way to prepare for an interview? Is it A, memorize your resume, B, research the company, C, follow the company on social media, or D, drive by the office to watch the activities? There are two different answers. Let us know which two. There are two answers. Okay, all right. Okay, I see a few different answers. I'll give everyone a chance. All right, so anyway, the answer is B and C. So you definitely want to research the company. It shows that you have an interest in the company. It shows that you are not just blindly throwing out resumes all over the place, but you actually have an interest in working with them. You love what they stand for, and it matches up with your values. And you also want to follow them on social media, because they might have different developments, different product launches, new changes within their company, and those give you talking points during your interview. You can key with the interviewer based on the information that you know, and this gives you a leg up. Memorizing your resume, I did that when I didn't know anything. Way back in the day, I would think, oh, I just have to memorize everything that I put on my resume because they're going to ask me about my resume, and this is the entire interview, what it's all about, my resume. And that's not true. They will be asking you other things as well. So the interview, you more likely want to think on the position and your impact and what you bring to the table. One thing you don't want to do is drive by the office to watch the activities. Did any of you guys say that? Listen, like, if you said that, like, you can set yourself up to get put away. Like, don't do that. don't drive by the office to watch activities. Don't be that creeper. But do follow them on social media. Do follow them on LinkedIn. Reach out to them. Get their attention by posting or commenting. These are different ways that you can connect, but not seem a little crazy or desperate, for lack of better words. So, all right, we are done here. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so we're going to make live our grab bag. Okay, so I'm going to my website right now, and I want you to go ahead and type in Digital Boss from Home. It is now live. You guys can go ahead and check it out. The grab bag is right there. Actually, I will show you right here what it looks like. If you still want to see it, stick around. Oh wait, hold on. So let me just give you the viewpoint from the website. All right, so bringing on the website. Here we go. Okay, so we're Xing that out because that was just information. It's here. Grab yours today. This is the grab bag. This grab bag is filled with so many different tools, guys. You're going to love it. So we have different things like a comprehensive interactive workbook and organizer. So this organizer is going to help you with your job search, different worksheets that you can go ahead and type into. You don't need to print them out. You can actually save it and put it on your iPad or even on your phone and just go ahead and insert the information as you apply to different jobs, different checklists, just to keep you organized. We also have resume and cover letter templates that you can use, customizable templates. So you put in your information. There's so much more. There's even a guide on how you can use ChatGPT for your entire job search journey. So from the very beginning, when you're applying to jobs, all the way to getting that approval, that offer letter, how you can respectfully ask for more, negotiate, or respectfully decline. We have different templates, so go ahead, check it out. It is now live, and it's absolutely free. So all you have to do is go ahead, check out, 100% free. You guys are going to love it. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. There will be so many more events just like this one, where we will have amazing speakers, recruiters. I want to connect with some recruiters that actually that do different things, just like Ashley. I mean, she was amazing. All right, so we want to talk more to those of you guys, even you guys, if you're watching right now, if you have a position of leadership within your company and you have insight about different companies, opportunities, I would love to hear from you. If you know any people who would be great for this platform, interviewing them, offering information, definitely reach out. I want to also reach out to companies, or rather recruiters, that will actually access you directly to some of these companies. So we are open. Every month is going to be something different. You're going to grab new value, absolutely free. I love doing these things. I've always been an event planner in that way. I love bringing things together, bringing professionals together so that other people can see what we all have to offer. There are so many talented people out there. You guys see them on YouTube, you guys see them online, different platforms, and I want to bring us together, all right? So thank you once again for watching. Are you guys grabbing your grab bags? All right, I'm gonna let you guys go so that you can also go to Dee's training as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys are the absolute best, and stay tuned. Go onto the website. If you're not already subscribed to the email list, definitely subscribe, because there I will give you more updates about the job fairs coming up very soon. All right, you'll know all the exclusive details before anyone else. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will talk very soon.